Hey, what's up, everybody? I am sorry I am late. I just came back home from South Beach, Little Havana. Hit a lot of traffic on the way home. But, I guess the first domino dropped with releasing Emmanuel Agba, we getting rid of Xavier Howard. Some shots are being fired, most definitely. I appreciate y'all for being patient, man. When in a few minutes, um, we'll be going live. I will be dropping the link for everybody to come on, and we could talk about the Dolphins. We could talk about the news of Xavier Howard being cut. We're gonna be cut post June, and we're releasing Emmanuel Agba. So this is the first domino that has dropped. We'll be back in a few minutes. Just hang around tight, baby. We'll be back.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Finn's Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process makes shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Finn's Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
What's up, Lewis? How you doing?
Shake, what's good, bro?
Hey, do me a favor. Hold it down real quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I just got the computer running, so just hold it down for me for a minute, all right?
I got you. Well, good evening, I guess, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the Smoke Show with your great host, Shake. He obviously said he'll be back, so what's good with everybody in the chat? I see everybody in here. Michael K, I see in here. Resident Bills fans, salute. Scott Jackson, Kevin Lee, Daniel Berry, Thomas Jensen, I see you. Joe, what's good? Josh Allen, V21, a bunch of people in here, man. So, of what's came to see Shake, we appreciate everybody stopping by, coming through, showing love. If you're not a member yet, I would strongly advise anybody become a member to this great channel, right? Just subscribe as well. Put your notifications on so you can see when Shake Money and the rest of the guys over here in the great network go live. And just hit the like button for us, man, so we can get this thing started. Obviously, as everybody knows, news of the day, Dolphin Lands, we have cut Emmanuel Agba. I believe that saved around $14 million. I think there's a $4 million dead cap hit that will go against the dead cap, but obviously we saved $14 million. And then post June 1st, we also cut Xavier Howard. So I'll start there, give you my thoughts at least on that. I think from the organization standpoint, they gave X at least the respect that he deserved, right? Because obviously Miami is not going to get that $18 million till after June 1st, right? But now that everybody knows he's going to be available, he's free, at least before free agency started, it gives him and other teams an opportunity that might want his services to reach out, you know. So at least from that standpoint, I think Miami did right by him, because we could have just held him up to June 1st, and then, you know, it would have been kind of, you know, free agency over. It could have been harder for him to, you know, maybe land in the spot. So I think Miami did right by him. But what are your guys' thoughts? I guess I see Crypto and Shake Money back in here.
I know Crypto is devastated because, you know, X is his favorite player. I think he's more devastated with Devontae Parker, but this is a close second.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I suppose I was, man. What's going on, fellas?
And by the way, man,
Christmas has come soon. God damn it. Christmas has come soon, god damn it.
Hey, listen, we got a legend in the building, baby.
Who?
We got a legend. EM Dolphin fan.
Who?
That's the legend right there, baby.
I have no idea who that is. I have no idea. But hey, Shake, real quick, if you would allow me before we get this thing started, right? Yes. I see the homie, and I don't want to get his name wrong because I thought he had changed it. Let me find it real quick again. I could worship Tua, right?
I seen that. He bought the cooking folk apron there. Yeah.
He got a cooking folk apron.
Oh, he got one.
The coffee mug for color that hasn't came in yet. I believe he bought something else that hasn't came in yet. But he did send a picture of him in his apron, so I just wanted to shout him out specifically. We appreciate all the love.
Cool.
You know, you're ordering different stuff, and at least from my end with the apron, I really do appreciate it. So I love the picture. I commented back on Twitter, so I just wanted to take the time out, Shake, and say I appreciate. You know, I think we all should appreciate. We all throw stuff up there on the website. People have the option to order and stuff, and he did. So I just wanted to shout him out for real.
Who did Michael K give his apron to?
We're still waiting on that. I don't know who.
No, I did. We gave it to El Capitan's cousin. That dude donated like $300. Right. Remember, he donated like $300 or some shit.
Yep, for sure.
I gave it to him.
Okay, cool. So he got him.
Shit, he earned it.
Yeah.
So you gave me the task of giving it to somebody, so I had to make sure I gave it to somebody, you know what I mean, worthy of it. And sure enough,
Absolutely.
by the way, man, I seen y'all
Yeah.
on Pete. Man, you guys, you were ripping everybody today. That shit was funny as fuck. I mean, I was in South Beach. I was at that Cuban restaurant. I can't pronounce that shit. It starts with a V. That
I
shit
was
been
gonna say, well, who's on the menu, Shake?
yeah, that shit was like it's been around like 50 years, bro. That Cuban restaurant. I remember going seeing my brother-in-law back in Calle Ocho when we used to visit my brother-in-law.
Coño, Calle Ocho, coño.
Yeah, I was in Calle Ocho, man.
So
3 hours. I was a 3-hour drive, bro.
So you're back in Miami, Shake?
Oh no, I'm home now, but I wasn't. Yeah, that's it right there. Cat for Life knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the name of it.
What were you doing? You just drove down there.
Well, we were gonna do the South Beach. We were gonna do the South Beach Festival, wine festival, but my brother got late. But what we really had to do is we had to visit one of my aunts from Cuba on my dad's side. They were sending. We had to give her money, medicine, and food, Pampers, all that shit to go to Cuba. So that's why we went there.
Yeah.
I went there.
Sure.
Lewis is the only Cuban I know that sits at a Cuban restaurant don't eat Cuban food.
Man, first of all, I wasn't gonna put down again, crypto. I had a 4-hour drive ahead of me. It was what, like 7-something, around 6-something, 7 o'clock. I'm not eating a full Cuban meal and then getting on the road for 4 hours. I needed just a quick little pick me up. Hey, I got me a Cuban sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
You got a Cuban sandwich.
Oh, no.
That's like going to the White Hen Pantry and said, I'm going to give me some pickles and some salami sandwiches.
Hey, man.
Hey, by the way, man,
I'm not going to eat
I drank half a cup of Cuban coffee, man. I'm wired like a motherfucking boy.
I believe it. Hey, shout out to Von Joe, man. I see the homie in the chat, so shout out to Von Joe.
Well, I was the same way. I think I was at an American restaurant, but I was in Europe though, and I just started ordering non-authentic food. I was like, let me just order something else that I'm comfortable with right now. I got to ease my way in.
Apparently, according to EM, you're a sellout.
Damn.
Well,
shit.
Well, again, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
He's asking for a do-over.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a sellout. God damn. Hey, we got it's a lot of Cuban restaurants in Florida. He got a do-over, EM. He gets a do-over. He gets another do-over. It's a more Cuban
as a matter of fact,
down
the street from that one was La Carreta too. There's a lot of Cuban restaurants in that.
Hey, first of all, I eat Cuban goddamn food every night, so I don't want to hear that. So ain't
hey, listen. He's married to one of the best Cuban cooks.
You sure about that, Lewis?
Absolutely, Shake.
He's married to the best Cuban cook out there. So I don't. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why?
Absolutely. And again, that 4-hour drive, I just needed something in my stomach. I didn't need a full course meal. I'm all right.
Damn, EM. Shit.
I don't care what nobody says, man. Ain't nothing like keeping home cooking.
Absolutely. I'm Shake. That's a very good point. I'm used to home cooking anyway. So.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll
you're
take
a very
that.
lucky man. She's I see on pictures on Instagram. She's very beautiful, and she's a good cook. She's a keeper.
I appreciate that, Shake. I appreciate that. Yeah, man.
There you go. If you get home cooking, that's what
man,
counts.
Listen, I'm living a good life, man. I can't complain. I got 4 healthy kids, a beautiful wife, eat good, live good. So life is good, man. Life is good until we drop this goddamn StreamYard link and we got all the casuals come up here.
And Fred's coming up here. He says he's gonna school a couple of folks.
Who?
Fred's coming to school some folks.
Bro,
hey, by the way, I disagree with you. I don't think Fred is terrible. I think he's horrible, but not terrible.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to I'm gonna tell you, Shake and Crypto, the same thing. Stop mentioning dudes that I don't even know who they are. Like
Yeah.
y'all mention all these guys all the time, like a legend, supposedly. I have no idea who that is. Another guy with a film breakdown. I don't know who the hell that. I definitely don't know who the hell that is. And the
Yeah.
guy named Fred and stuff. Neither. I talk to people that really do things in the community, right? I don't know all these other guys.
Listen,
Damn.
EM in the Dolphin community is like Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods.
Who?
EM, yeah, he's a legend.
Man, please.
He's up there with those guys.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you put up Mount Rushmore, you see Dudley Do Wrong,
Oh,
TD
shit. He
Finstock,
said
and
Mount
EM.
Rushmore.
Yeah. And Great One DeVore. Don't forget Great One DeVore.
Man. Well, listen, Shake, again, you got high praise for that guy. And, I'm a friend of yours. So, listen, I guess I'll take your word for it. For me, all I can say is I have no idea who the hell that is. But
And by the way,
shout out to him.
By the way, Dolphins Winter,
Great
I'm
one.
glad you're here. Remember March 30th, we're going to be doing the WrestleMania preview Saturday morning at 10 o'clock with Dubby Energy Drink. So,
Okay, you're going to do the preview on that day? Okay. Cool.
yeah, because then the following
Yeah, I
week
got
is
your
WrestleMania.
message, Winter.
Okay, cool.
I heard
That's
your
what's up.
message.
Yeah, definitely, Crypto. I know. I'm still not sure if I'm going to WrestleMania yet or not because I'm not sure. I think I had to work that weekend. But like I said, the Ring of Honor show is that Friday the 5th. So yeah, definitely.
Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
First,
Cool.
good evening to every single one of y'all.
Yeah.
First,
What do you think of the first shoe that dropped? This is the first domino that dropped. Everybody was waiting for the first domino to drop. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to El Capitan. I got some things in the work that I got run through El Capitan, but it's coming soon. But and tomorrow we might do depending on crypto, we might do a live version of Insomnia, but instead of 3, we'll do 2 o'clock. Not too late, but we're gonna do a live Insomnia.
Shit, you guys will be signing off. Shit, you guys will be signing off, and I'll be getting up ready to go to work.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, so what do y'all think of the? What do you think of the first shoot that dropped? We're gonna get Xavier Howard and then Emmanuel Ogba. As a matter of fact, before we do that, go ahead. I got something I'm gonna post up real quick on the Jumbotron. But go ahead, tell me what you thought is, and then I have something else that I want everybody's thoughts real quick on.
Well, again, I think for me, I think Emmanuel Ogba, it was a given. I think we carry $4 million onto the dead cap, but to save $14 million, I think that was a pretty good move. And then Xavier Howard, listen, love him, right? Staple of the franchise, motto of consistency. But I do think it was time to kind of move on. 31 years old, been battling some injuries. Post June 1st, you save $18 million. That's always a plus. And like I was saying before, everybody hopped on when it was just me up here. I do like what the Dolphins did from the organization standpoint. We could have held on to X till June, right? We didn't have to release him because we don't get that money till June. But by releasing him now, you let him know he's not coming back, and you let other teams before free agency starts, that might want to give him a deal or sign him the opportunity, right? So
yeah,
I think they did right by him by doing that. So I like both of the moves, but I would say I don't think it was shocking, to say the least. I think we all knew these guys were probably not coming back.
Yeah, not at all. It's not shocking at all. It's just business. I mean, we talked about this on our show a couple weeks ago, and it's business. That's just what it comes down to. I didn't see Miami paying X $24 million. I didn't see Ogba getting paid that money also. So, and it hurts me because I'm a huge X fan, but it's a business. What can you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and we got a lot of needs, so we need that money. Plus, we get the 30 million like everybody else. They saying that the salary cap has gone up, so I think it's an extra 30 million or 60 million, something like that. That's in the salary cap for all teams now. It went up 30 million or something like that. So there is extra money out there for us to be able to spend to get to fill in some of these holes, because we still got 25 to 26 players that we need to fill into our regular roster. So,
all right. Yeah, so check this out. So
Yeah.
already shots are being fired already by Dolphins players. And it's no other than here we go, Jalen Ramsey. Should be crazy. Stuff plays out sometimes. But one of the things I know for sure is that teaming up with the greatest corner in Miami Dolphins history, in my opinion, I won't ever forgive dude for not utilizing our full skill set. So obviously he's taking shots at Fangio with that.
and rightfully so, because I don't understand how you don't put the best corners on the best wide receivers in the game. And I mean, that kind of baffled me, and I think it baffled a lot of people on this panel and probably people that are in the chat right now. It baffled. It's baffling to not see Ramsey.
Well, X just wasn't going to be on the best receiver. I can tell you that much right now.
Well,
Not at this stage of the game.
It wasn't just X. It was Ramsey. You didn't even put Ramsey on Diggs. You didn't.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, Ramsey
I get it.
doesn't have
I
a great
get it,
history
but then-
against Diggs neither, though, to be honest with you.
Well,
Listen.
see, it's not even that for me, right? And this is kind of goes back to the debate we were having today on Pete's show, right?
Gotcha.
Certain individuals, right? It's kind of, let's go from the offense perspective, right? People don't like on third and 2 or 4th and 1, we're throwing the ball instead of running the ball, right? And that, to me, that's just a feeling. Because if we throw the ball in that situation and you watch the game or you're watching the film and there's no one to be open, right? If there's no one open, it was just a bad play call, then in hindsight, you can come out and say, you know what? We should have ran the ball here and that's fine. I get it, right? Same thing on defense. Xavier Howard don't have to like it. Jalen Ramsey don't have to like it. Us as fans, we don't have to like it. But we keep taking shots at Vic Fangio. Bro, it worked.
Yeah.
Whether we agreed with it or not, whether he didn't like it or not, the fact of the matter is, at the end of the season, we're supposed to be known as an offensive-minded football team, right? Our offense is the one that didn't look like we were clicking on all cylinders. Our defense, with multiple players injured, was getting the job done.
Yeah.
So I'm not in the business of what you like. Again, winners, I know you work. Shake works. Crypto is obviously probably working now. I just got home from work. Do we all like our immediate supervisors? Right? Do we all like our immediate supervisors? Yeah, you might have a day here where you say,
You're right.
you know what, my boss is the greatest boss ever. But
And then
the
he'd be
most
a
part,
dick the next.
yeah, but for the most part, we don't like our bosses. But guess what? We take our happy ass to work and get the job done, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't, you can be mad, bro, but at the end of the day, the results is what matters. And the Dolphins defense got the job done this season.
You're right.
And check it out. And when the offense put Kansas City in a short field, he held them to field goals.
1,000%, Shake. So again, and that's with Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey maybe not traveling, right? So as fans, we don't like it. But again, I don't care about what I like and don't like. Right. I'm here for the results. And I cannot keep coming and taking shots at Vic Fangio when, again, could he have handled situations maybe better? Yes, I'm not debating that. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the results that's what really matters, and the results were there from the defensive side. They did their part. The unit that he coached, they got the job done, bro.
Yep. 1,000%.
Yeah, it was crazy for Ramsey to keep taking jabs at the man like that.
Like I said, man, listen, this isn't college. Like I said, two things I always compare college and NFL. Number one, strength of schedule is a college thing because ACC will play the WAC 10 or fucking Sun Belt Conference. Those are weaker conferences because the talent level fluctuates in college. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna, or if you play a team like FAMU or one of those smaller schools, the strength of schedule. If you have a few of those sprinkled in your whatchamacallit, that is easy strength of schedule. That's an easy game. That's a game that you should win. You know what I mean? Versus NFL, every team is 5 players away from being a great roster. And the second thing I'm gonna say is there's no style points in the NFL. Where versus like college, you need to have a certain amount of points to move it up and down you have to win by a certain amount of points depending on the team you play. There's no style points in college. So it doesn't matter how you get it done as long as you get it done. Just like with that game where New England beat Buffalo with only 3 passes. At the end of the day, it counted, and there's no such thing as when they do tiebreakers. Well, you know, his win was by 10 points. His win was by 3. None of that shit matters at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bro, and again, if we're really being honest, when Xavier Howard asked to match up against Stephon Diggs in week 4, right? When Cater was getting cooked.
Yeah,
and I
man.
think I heard Crypto say it, right? In hindsight now, playing Monday morning quarterback on this panel, we can come out and say, oh, well, maybe it was a bad move. But as Dolphin fans, right, and winners, you've been a Dolphin fan for years, me as well, all of us up here, right? Have we seen Stephon Diggs not cook Xavier Howard before?
Oh, true. We have.
And again, I know Jalen Ramsey wasn't there, right? But last year, Stephon Diggs, I think, caught 2 touchdowns on Jalen Ramsey and had over 150 yards. So, yeah, we can come out and make it. That's what we do as Dolphin fans. We always want to paint a picture. Well, if X would have been there, we would have just stopped. No, we don't know that. You see what I'm saying? So I just think, okay, the man left, right? You took your initial shots at him. But the man's been out of the building for 3 weeks now, almost a month, and you're still taking shots.
It's been about a month now.
Let's get over it, bro.
I mean, I don't mean to interrupt, but the man is in my fucking city now, so I can't get away from him. He's the Eagles' new offensive coordinator. So,
he's in your neck of the woods now.
Yeah, I get to hear this bullshit all the way through. You know what I mean? So, you know, because I've even told everybody, I said, damn, y'all stole our defensive coordinator. And he said, what you mean? I said, I'm a Dolphin fan. They're like, oh, shit. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what type of shit? And the thing is, I think he wanted to be the coach for Philly before he came to us anyway. He really did. But I just guess they couldn't get things together. You know, we don't know what happened, you know, indoors. But I guarantee you, with the words or the powers that be, they probably said, well, if the position ever becomes open again, you know, I'll be here. And just so coincidental, yet Daniel and yourself left on mutual terms, and then you're hired in Philly the next day. Like, what the hell?
Again, I think Anthony will drop the link soon. Again, I think, like I said, I'm gonna stick to this. I think we're all old school here. He was a professional, regardless of your job. You could tell that he wasn't thinking about the Philly job because there was no drop off with the defense.
Right.
If there was drop off and he wasn't, you could tell he wasn't melding it in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it was a philosophy.
He was locked in on us. Yeah.
There was a philosophy, clashing philosophies. But speaking of which, I am honored to introduce the Texas Tornado, the Mount Rushmore of Dolphins.
Damn, I thought Kerry Von Erich passed away.
The legend, EM Dolphin fan.
Put some respect on this name, God damn it. Hey, Shake, always love and respect.
Shit, I thought Kerry Von Erich. Shit, we got ghosts. I thought Kerry Von Erich was coming.
Hey man, I thought my plans were gonna be a little extended tonight, but it was a little slight change in plans. So I got a little free time for a little bit, so I thought I'd hop on here because Shake, with the exception of you and Mr. Winters, bro, these other 2 clowns you got up here, they are terrible. So I need to come up here, right, to add some flavor to the presentation. So here we go. What's good, gentlemen? What's good?
Oh my goodness, coming in hot.
I cannot. You know what I can't believe? Right.
But Lewis that guy Lewis. He reminds me of. There's a guy, Dolphins After Dark. There's a guy who he spits fire on that show. He reminds me a lot of him.
You know what, Shake? I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you know what? You know what's funny, Shake? Before you introduce this guy, I had never heard of him, but it is what it is. You brought him up here. It's all good. But before you brought him up, right? El Capitan was in the chat telling everybody to hit the like button. And now all of a sudden, since you brought in this, whoever this is, right? Now,
This
that
another
like
legend.
not, well, again,
El Capitan.
This is the comment I'm talking about. Right before you introduced whoever this is, right? It was hit the like button. You think we're gonna get likes now with this legend up in here?
Hey,
Damn.
business has just picked up,
The
gentlemen.
bottom is about to fall out,
Are you
fellas.
saying,
You already know.
Are you saying that people are Are you saying people are resending their likes?
They're leaving.
They're rescinding the likes. No, it's going down.
Leaving the stream by droves, Shake.
Oh
Leaving by
man.
droves,
Oh
goddammit.
man, it's like that. Really?
The bottom is about to
Okay.
fall out. The bottom is falling out now.
I'm a shit starter. Damn, I didn't know that. I was a shit
God
starter.
damn,
Holy shit.
Shake. Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. I normally get that label, but
we do have a legend in the back. He could come up whenever he wants to, but I see him in the backstage, man.
Yeah, that's right. Real legends coming up in here now.
Oh,
Now it goes,
really? Legends
Legends
really?
of folk. Is it the
I guess
Listen,
you
man.
do
legends,
use
or
that
is it
term,
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Anybody,
I guess you are using that term lightly, I guess.
No. Listen. Anybody who gives me a show with 3 different intros is gonna get that title from me.
Yeah. Legendary nonsense. Listen, I'll tell you what, there is something legendary about EM, and that is the nonsense coming out of his hole all the time. That's the legendary. Let's get real, bro. Come on, dude. What are we talking about? Listen,
that's real cute. That is real cute.
Listen, I gotta come in and ragdoll a couple of motherfuckers, Dolphin winners. You know what I'm saying?
That is hilarious. Hey, Cap, what's good, man? What's good?
No, you know what, EM? I'm glad I caught you on stream because listen, I only popped in. I want to say it was Noob that came across my timeline, screenshot, and Pete had something going on, and I only just popped through and I scanned around and I seen you on there, and I heard Lou and you guys kind of going at it, and it was all about this ideology change that we're talking about with the running and stuff like that. And all I could remember is the more you talked about what you wanted to see out of the team was more of a Lamar Jackson style Ravens offense is what I heard, dog. That's all I could get. That's all I could get. That's it. Minus the running ability now. Minus the running ability. That's all I know. That's it. I mean, listen.
Lamar. Okay. Well, you know what? That's even cuter, Cap. That's even more cute. Goddamn it.
That's right.
No,
that's right.
I didn't have. I did not have Lamar Jackson in mind, by the way. So for the record, but no.
Well, that's a relief because guess what? We don't have a Lamar Jackson style quarterback that can run like that. Running that scheme is probably the bad call, which was what really got me in just an absolute what's going on here? Because I'm listening to EM, I'm like, he's like wanting us to be not the offense we had all these passing yards against, because later in the year we want to be able to run. So you wanted to be the Ravens offense. That's exactly what you were saying.
You know what though? You know what? Real shit, Cap.
And I'm not saying I don't like the Ravens offense. I like a 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Hard nose, win the line of scrimmage type game.
You know what though? There's a lot of truth there, Cap. Real shit. Like I do want to be a more physical team, and anybody that knows anything about football, when you watch a Ravens team from this era, since Ray Lewis, since they went to Baltimore, Ray Lewis became the the face of that franchise, right? They have adopted that physical brand of football on both sides of the football. So
we don't have a Ray Lewis on this football team.
Yeah, we don't. I would agree with that.
We ain't got nobody.
Help might be on the way though.
Who?
Just saying, help might be on the way.
On defense.
But anyway,
Help on the defensive side.
With that being said, no, we don't have that. And again, it's a mindset, bro. It's a ideology. It's a mindset. It's a philosophy
I agree with that premise, but it's also gonna be a completely different looking type of thing. And with that, getting in between what we already do to leaning more towards what you're talking about is gonna be more reminiscent of what Dallas does. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, dude. I don't think we got the guys for that kind of stuff, and not like Dallas.
Well, that might be true, but again, this year, if you're talking about and I'm coming from primarily on the offensive side of the football, physicality on defense, that hadn't been a problem with us, bro. Under Brian Flores, under Vic
wasn't a problem last year. Yeah,
it wasn't a problem last year, right?
I didn't even really see it too much of a problem under Boyer, to be honest.
It's on.
You know what I'm saying?
It's on the offensive side of the football that, in terms of, lack of physicality or the term like Lewis likes to put, soft, right? That's on the offensive side of the football. It has nothing to do with the defense. And again, if there is a time to change, which is now, well, again, this draft, right, being it so offensive line heavy, the strength of this draft, I think we can all agree, for the most part, is the O-line on the interior as well as the whole O-line, the O-line as a whole. Well, this is the year to start doing that, bro. You need to.
Yeah, but can I just address something real quick, and then y'all can have it again. When I hear the word physicality, though, right, and I hear the word. See, when I say the team is soft, and whatever side you want to pick, offense or defense, I'm talking about the mindset. Right? I'm not talking about veins popping out of people's bodies. I'm not talking about the way people tackle and stuff. I'm talking about just a pure mindset, right? And that, I think, when we're talking, even today earlier, when philosophically, right? That's what has to change in Miami. It's the soft mental aspect. I think on the field, we're fine. I think we have all the tools that we could beat anybody on Sunday, right? And we see that when we play the Carolina Panthers and the Giants and stuff, we're way past that level. But when the competition gets, I would say, comparable, right? Where Miami and Buffalo, I want to say Buffalo is just head and shoulders above us, or when we matched up with Philadelphia, or when we matched up against Kansas City. I don't think those teams are better than us on the field. It's the mindset.
So with that point, Lou, that the mindset, and I agree with you, EM, that's not going to come from a rookie, number one. No rookie you can draft going to come in here and he's going to set the tone as the guy. All of us, it's
Creed Humphrey did. Creed Humphrey did. Tyler Lindenbaum did.
I seriously
Trey Jones did for Kansas City.
Creed Humphrey came in, and because of who he was, Kansas City became a physical team. No, Kansas City's been good before Creed Humphrey. They just maintained being good.
I would argue that
we're talking about something. We're talking about something else here, right? We're talking about an ideology and a belief system, and that comes with leadership. And it's only going to come from guys that are already in the building. And 2 guys on defense and 2 guys on offense are the 4 guys I'm looking at that are going to set that tone for years to come. The 2 guys on offense, Waddle, Tua, and then the 2 guys on defense, Jalen Phillips and Javon Holland.
Well, let me address your 2.
Those are the 4 guys.
Let me address your 2 offensive. Well, one of your offensive players, because I don't want to address Tua, because we're gonna be up here for the next 5 hours, right? That's gonna open a can of worms. I'll address Jalen Waddle, right? Love Jalen Waddle, love the skill set or whatnot. But nothing about Jalen Waddle screams physicality, bro. He's a finesse wide receiver.
Yes,
he's been bro. In Alabama. He's been that way since we drafted him. He has problems, major issues getting off press coverage. That has been a issue with him at Alabama, and it's still a fucking issue. So what about Jalen? When you're looking at Jalen Waddle, nothing screams of physicality with him.
Well, can I say something real quick, Em? If you look at Jalen Waddle's rookie year till now, he has a bigger frame and he's getting thicker.
He's putting on weight. He's getting better.
But that takes time. That takes time.
Well, that's why I don't necessarily expect to see it from everybody today. But this year is when the groundwork to changing that ideology begins, because nothing in one offseason and moves from you can go buy a bunch of offseason type of attitude guys. Like the day the one thing we definitely got when we purchased Ndamukong Suh was that type of attitude in the trenches on defense, which we didn't have beforehand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, him and Cam Wake made a great combination, man. Him and Cam Wake.
On the defensive side of the ball, I would agree with you, Shake. I think those two guys worked well together. But on the defensive side of the ball, Cap, and again, this is just my opinion, I could be wrong. But if Javon Holland is supposed to be one of our leaders like that, I believe he's one of the players that is one of the most mentally weak players we have in this football team.
Honestly,
I'll use EM's word. I love the player, right? I love what the traits are there, but the mindset of an absolute dog. No, Javon Holland is nothing even close to that, bro. He's not. I'm sorry. He has the skill set to be great, but no, he is one of the weakest-minded football players on my opinion.
Well, you know what's funny is just because I hate to switch. I
agree.
Switch over to basketball, but if you look at someone like Kevin Durant, the guy is a great basketball player, but that motherfucker used to do burner accounts because he couldn't handle criticism.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro, no one's going to take that image out of my mind. Javon Holland 2 years ago was laying on his plush carpet wherever he lives in South Florida, right? Petting a bald cat, crying to the fan base because we were being mean. Bro, stop.
Yeah, you're not wrong, dog. I remember that.
You think Roquan Smith, the guy everybody wanted to come in here, you think other guys across the league are going to be laying on Instagram Live, petting a bald cat, crying about the fan base, what they're saying about him?
First things first, where are they getting the bald cat from? Because where the fuck are they getting that bald cat from?
Shave the cat.
I have no idea, Cap, but all I'm saying, that's the video that's out there. He was on Instagram Live crying about the goddamn fan base. And I'm sorry. Again, I love what he could do on the field, right? I'm not talking about what he brings, but I just believe he's a kind of guy, right?
That was EM's bald cat.
When you punch him in the face, right? And I'm not talking about from a bar fight.
He's a hoe, Crypto. He's a hoe ass nigga.
When the Buffalo Bills are pounding it down our throat, or Kansas City's pounding it, he's not. Once you hit boxing, right? If you throw a jab and a left hook at Javon Holland, he quits.
No, I can't. See, that's where we part ways. Now, there's a difference between being sensitive to what people are saying about you on social media, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you, Ian, because this thing you're taking to the stage right now, this way to argue, to defend your client here in court,
that's fine.
This is the weakest case you could ever have picked.
I hear
Go
you.
right ahead.
Let me finish. There's one thing about Karen and being overly sensitive about, on social media, right? That's just the era he's been brought up in. I don't agree with it. I don't give a fuck about social media. I come from a different era. But when you're talking about on the field, what the fuck have Javon Holland ever showed you on the field that this man is soft, bro? That man is one of the most physical safeties. He will line up and not. How many big time fucking hits have we seen Javon Holland been on highlight reels since he's been drafted?
What did I first say? This is a conversation that you, Cap, and everybody else on this panel can have. I'm talking about the mental aspect. Again, from a physicality.
Doesn't the play on the field normally reflect the mentality? Doesn't the play on the field normally protect the mentality?
Well, again, then there's argument you use for Jalen Waddle, then I can tell you, just because he might get mushed at the line, right?
That's part of his game. That's showing a lack of physicality in his game.
But he's not. I'm talking about the mental aspect. Jalen Waddle's not mental.
No, that's a physical issue. That's a physical issue.
But you're talking physicality. I'm talking mental.
Mentality. Not physicality, mentality.
No. If Jalen Waddle, hang on. That's a physical issue. He's just physically compromised, being able to handle a physical aspect of football. Javon Holland is. That's not a mental issue, bro. Waddle is willing to engage. Waddle is willing to go over the middle. Again, mentality, right?
Yeah.
He's just compromised from a strength standpoint to handle the stronger, more bigger physical corners in the league.
And Javon Holland can be as physical as you want him. But when he's getting smacked in the mouth, he doesn't show up.
When does he never shown
He
up?
doesn't show up.
When has he never shown up?
Again, show me a game where he's actually taken over. Where he's
dang.
Where you say
The Jets game was the last game. The Jets game was the last time I saw it.
What?
So,
because he had an interception that was poorly underthrown, and he
no,
ran
I'm
it
saying
back
that's
with
the
a bunch
last.
of-
I'm agreeing with you, Lewis. I'm on your side of this. That was the last time you saw him do anything.
Okay, call it what you want.
No,
Yeah, that interception was a punt.
You do not be, and again, you do not be as productive against the run as this defense has been the last 4 years under Flores, Boyer, and 2 years under Boyer and Vic Fangio last year, right? The safeties had a big part of that, right? Look at how Flores used him around the line of scrimmage as like a, nickel and dime linebacker at times, right? You don't put a player in a role like that if you think he's soft.
Well, and to be fair, he made him the leader of the defense. He made Javon Holland the quarterback of the secondary.
Yeah, but I will say this, right?
No, bro.
Hold on, EM. Hold on, EM, and hold on, everybody, because look at it like this. I can promise you, when we're having the debate right now about Javon Holland, there's no debating about Brandon Jones and how he plays with hardcore mentality. That man, you're not questioning him.
Yeah,
no,
see what
y'all
I'm saying?
are the only one questioning him. Y'all are the only one doing that.
No,
you and Lewis.
All I've said is that if this team's going to have an ideology change, it's not just going to come on one side of the ball, and it has to be brought in by the young guys you've groomed up that are now going to be the captains and the leaders of this team, and they got to be the ones to set that tone, because no matter if it's a free agent you bring in here or a young guy you draft, they're going to follow the guys that have been successful with this organization for the last couple of years, because that's obviously the path to success here for the Miami Dolphins. And if it's going to be the path to success, it better be the path that also has the ideology change that you're talking about of being a much more physical football team, because we're seeing ourselves in December and January be not that and get bullied around, and it's I've had enough of it. And so charity starts at the house, and the guys I'm looking at are guys that are young guys, but they ain't fucking that young. They've been in the building this whole time, and it's time for them to show up, show out, and be the leaders they're supposed to be. And that's why it's those 4 young guys.
Pick a different player, because that nigga right there.
Okay, all right, fine. Then I will pick a different player.
No.
I will pick a different player because Javon Holland, by your standards of saying pick a different player, he is not a guy that will be one of those physical leaders.
Well, no. I'm going to stay on the same.
And that's fucking ridiculous. But go ahead.
That's what you just said.
I said he was. I said he was.
I said no, you're wrong, because if that was the case, everyone's unanimous about the thing we're talking about with Brandon Jones. There is not unanimous with
it's
Javon
only
Holland.
not unanimous. Only you and Lewis.
So Lou and I are the two people in the whole freaking galaxy
being a weak player.
Being fucking mentally.
But you too. Ain't nobody else saying that.
Well, again, let me ask you this, EM. Right? Javon Holland was one of the players when Vic Fangio ended up leaving. Right? He was one of the more vocal guys, right? He can say what he wants, talking about, when I was kicking the rocks, I wasn't talking about it. We all know that's cat, right?
Again, that's social media shit, bro.
Hold on.
Okay.
Right? Hold on.
And?
When Mike McDaniel introduced Anthony Weaver, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, before the man, our new defensive coordinator, ever spoke, it caught my eye, caught my attention, right? And this is the first time I'm going to say it. Mike McDaniel, out of his own words, and he even had to catch himself, because go watch when he was introducing Anthony Weaver, he stopped. He said, I like everything about Anthony Weaver. He's a guy that's going to be like he was going to say friendly with the players, right? Like a friend. That is a telltale sign that this team is mentally weak. Because every man that has stepped into this building with this current roster, right? Javon Hollands of the world, Christian Wilkins, the Tuas, everybody on this team, right, that has been here under Brian Flores, we didn't like him. We had to get him up out of here, right? Josh Boyer, we didn't like him. Tough-minded. We had to get him up out of here. Vic Fangio, tough-minded. Can't have him. Got to get him up out of here. That's what the players are telling you. But with Mike McDaniel, a soft-spoken, friendly guy, let's have a barbecue on Saturday, guys, and let's go and all meet up. They like that. That has nothing to do with physicality. That has nothing to do with what you're talking about on the field. The reason this team cannot get over the hump, in my opinion, is because they're mentally weak. And on Sundays, when those stronger-minded football teams smack our beloved Miami Dolphins in the mouth, Javon Holland, Christian Wilkins, Tua Tagovailoa, Mike McDaniel, and the rest of the soft fucking crew can't get the job done.
That's what
it is.
No,
damn, boy. Somebody get the motherfucking apron out. Lou is fucking cooking, boy. Damn, cooking. Get the apron.
That's the difference. See that? This is the difference, right?
Tell me. There it is. He's cooked. It's cooked.
No, it needs to say cooking for them folks, and you know what I mean. Cooking for them folks. When them new orders going up, cooking for them folks, because that's what you're doing right now. That's what you're doing right now. You the crash dummy for them folks right now. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But with that being said, right? What he's saying now. So what are we paying attention to? Right? Which is the most important aspect of a player? His performance on the field, right? Or his engagement on social media? Which one you prefer?
Again, we're talking about the ideology. No. You're trying to separate. No, you're trying to separate the man from the player, and it's the same thing. Stop trying to separate the guy and split him from his soul, from his body. That's what you keep trying to do right now. As if the guy that isn't, as if the guy that's tweeting isn't the guy that's playing football. It's the same motherfucker. No. I'm not gonna let you play that game, dog. I'm not gonna let you. Look, here go. Look, Crypto. Fucking EM over here playing that internet bullshit right fucking now. EM over here playing that internet fucking bitch bullshit right now. Crypto, don't let him get away with that shit, Crypto. Turn up, Crypto. I seen him play that on you the other day, Crypto.
Before you do go,
he's at it again.
That's the reason. That's the reason. Hold on, real quick, Ian. That's the reason I brought up Kevin Durant. That guy had burner accounts because he couldn't handle to go at fans and shit like that. He had burner accounts because he couldn't handle the criticism. But you ask any NBA player if he was available, all 32 teams would love to have him on the team.
And Tyreek Hill is on social media more than any motherfucker in the NFL. Is he fucking soft?
Look, see, here it goes. Now it's just every player that does social media is soft. I think you're missing the mark here. You're missing the mark.
No, I'm missing the mark because y'all haven't made one yet. Y'all hadn't made not one point, one valid point.
What he's doing on social media is translating to the field when we playing against the tougher team.
This is what I'm telling you.
Get him, Crypto. Turn up, Crypto.
It's translating.
Hang on real quick. Cap, you claim to be a quote-unquote film guy, right? That's debatable. You say, right?
Oh my God. Damn. Now I claim to be a fucking film guy, but go ahead.
I want you to do.
Go ahead. You claim to be the film guy. I'll tell you what, why don't you break down one piece of film by yourself and show me that video first? Show me that video first. No. Don't try to back out of this corner now. Play some film. Where?
I unlike you. Hang on. I unlike you. We do it on a weekly basis. I just don't choose not to do it on camera.
Who's we?
We are. I don't need to name names. How many times we go backstage on Stream Rally and pull up goddamn all 22? Are you serious?
I'll tell you what, get up on stage, break down some film by thyself live, and let me see how you break down film, dog. Go ahead.
Again, I will be happy to oblige you. I will be more than happy to oblige you, bro. But
don't threaten me with a good time, dog. Don't threaten me.
I will be happy to oblige you.
Turn up, Capitan. I'll fucking body you all over this bitch.
Hang on, real quick. But the thing is, here's the thing. Well, we've seen your breakdowns. We don't even want to go there, bro. But anyway,
see now we're gonna take on more breakdowns. You know it's way better than anything you can put together, dog.
I'm trying to restrain myself. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Right.
You only tried to nut tap me, and now you don't want to.
No. I'm trying to restrain myself. But this is what I'm saying. Go get the film, right? You. All I said was, Cap. You say I hear you all the time say you a film guy, right? I want you to go clip up the footage from all 22 that you say reflects anything about Javon Holland's game reflects softness, bro, or a lack of physicality.
Hold on, let me get my notepad out. Hold on. Wait a second, Lou. Let me get my notepad out. What was my homework again? Professor EM? What do I need to do? I ain't doing that shit, clipping up a goddamn thing. Why don't you clip it up? Why don't you clip it up and do the work for me? Because I ain't the fucking. I'm not busting out and clip some film for you, dog.
Why not, Cap?
Why not? Because I ain't. You're not my professor. I don't get issued busy work and homework by anybody. That's why.
All I did was make a suggestion.
I want you. I made a suggestion too. I expect to see that video of EM on fucking camera doing the fucking breakdown, busting down some film. I want to see it.
That's right.
Question real quick. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Without the troll.
You can troll all you want, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, Thomas.
Without the troll. Yeah, I see Thomas.
Okay.
That's called a play on words because it's not Barry but Barry. You get it?
I am trying to restrain myself, but go ahead, Lou. I am trying to restrain myself, but go ahead.
I'm just trying to ask you a serious question, Ian, because we've had these conversations, right? And again, if Javon Holland to you is not one of those guys, right? I think we can both agree there is an issue on this team of softness. So I'm asking you,
and
where does that come from? Man?
What did I just say? What did I just say? It hasn't been on the defensive side of the football.
So so give me some players offensively. Give me some names.
Who do softies? Who do softies on offense, Professor?
He said Waddle is one of them. That's what he said.
I think
Waddle's soft, Professor.
He said Waddle is soft.
Hang on. So no.
I say we trade Waddle. We ain't changed. Then let's trade Waddle. Then
hang on.
Waddle is not soft.
Do I get a chance to answer the question? Oh, I can't. You asked me the question, but I don't get a chance to answer.
No. You can absolutely answer. But when Crypto just made a good point, right? If you mention Waddle as being soft because from a physicality standpoint, he can't get off the line and shit. Well, I watched that dude Sneed from Kansas City body Tyreek Hill on the line. Every chance he get was mushing him, pushing him to the ground.
No, absolutely. What Jalen Waddle too? Jalen Waddle too now. Jalen Waddle too.
Is Tyreek soft though?
Hey, he struggled. See, there's a difference between. This is where we part ways. There's a difference between being soft mentally and just not handling physicality well. Those are two different things.
Hold on just a second.
In my opinion.
Wait just a second. That what you just said right there, EM, is not it's falsity. You can't be physically imposing if you're mentally soft. It's impossible.
100%.
If you have soft mental tendencies, you will eventually give up and back down from any confrontation because mentality.
I brought up an example, right? I brought up an example. Waddle, right? There's a difference between being soft mentally and just struggling with physicality. Waddle, being soft mentally, when you can put that label on a player, that tells me that player he doesn't want to engage physically, right? He shies away from the physicality. Waddle don't do that. Waddle goes across the middle consistently, taking big hits, getting up. Waddle, he just compromised from a strength standpoint. That's just a lack of physicality, bro. That's not soft.
You're conflating mentality and production. Go ahead, Dolphin winners.
So what I want to say,
doesn't the mentality normally reflect your play on the field?
Listen, I've been sitting there listening to this whole argument for 10 minutes, right? And I want to say this. First thing first, this season, Waddle started this season in preseason, even before preseason, hurt with an abdominal injury. Then in week 2, he had a concussion where me and Crypto was there to see the concussion hit. Then the man sat there and still balled out, even when he came back off the concussion protocol. So
again, not mentally soft. Not mentally soft, just has a problem with physicality.
Well, can we start?
So I'm saying this: he is not soft by any means. For somebody being 180 in a fucking league, getting smacked the way he has, he's soft.
EM, hold on real quick, Lou. EM is trying to say because he lost a one-on-one physicality battle that's what we're calling soft. No, we don't call him soft because he's going right back out there and punching him in the face again and not backing down. That's why he's not soft, and that's because he's got a mentality of not backing down. That's the difference.
When have you ever seen Javon Holland back down?
Oh my God!
Okay, what I'm
when Rice came over the middle, he shot away from him
because you up here
he
talking.
Ran in the other direction.
Okay, can
tell me where Javon Holland is back down?
Okay, that's fine. Maybe Javon Holland don't back down. That's fine. Can we start naming players then that we all believe?
Punishing this fool right now.
I can show you.
You ain't punishing shit. But
punishing these niggas right now.
Yeah, I know you are. Can we start talking about some of the players that are weaker minded on this football team then? I would love to hear your thoughts on EM. On
well, we know Waddle's one of them. We know Waddle's one of them.
We about mental. The mental aspect of the game.
Yeah, who's mentally soft up in this bitch, EM?
You know what?
Let me ask you all this.
I don't necessarily. You know what? I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily think. The soft narrative is necessarily a reflection on the personnel, right? I think we got the personnel when healthy to be a physical power team. I think it's more on Mike McDaniel, his play calling, his style of running, right? Because again, we running the football and stopping the run is what physicality means at this level, right? So
again,
I think
Ravens offense. I see what you're saying.
Again, him being more consistent with the run game again, and his style of running, bro. And again, nobody ever. I would love to adopt the Ravens. Running style.
I know you would. And you want me to tell you? Want me to tell you what a Ravens style offense looks like with this current team right now? Because we don't have that mobile quarterback to be emulated of the Ravens. Okay, you don't. I didn't say that. I did not say that. Stop putting words in my mouth, Ian. I said, do you know what it looks like? I said, do you know what it looks like? It looks like the Tennessee Titans. That's what it looks like back when they had Ryan Tannehill. That's the type of offense you want the Miami Dolphins to switch to? That type of physicality? Is that what you're asking? Because I'm just asking for clarification.
I want, again, absolutely. I would love that, bro. I would love that.
Because we have a quarterback that fits that. Hold on a second. Wait, Clip. Because I'm going to be bouncing out. I'm going to be bouncing out here in a second. I'm going to start the 9 o'clock show.
No, don't go yet. Oh, no,
listen,
don't run yet.
There's no running here because I've got you pinned, nailed up, ready for crucifixion, buddy.
Yeah.
You're in deep trouble right now.
All right,
because I'm asking you, you want to see that offensive style that the Titans had with the physicality in the trenches with Ryan Tannehill in that run game. That's what you're saying.
Not Tannehill,
that's what you just said. I said
not fucking Tannehill. No,
I didn't say. I don't mean Tannehill here. I'm just saying that type of physicality, that type of offense and run game. That's what you just said, right?
What I would rather have is with this offense being so pass centric. I'd rather it be a more, just a tad bit more balanced. And again,
more run centric because we can look at the numbers and it's very balanced. It is a little bit heavier in the pass, but if you're going to go more in the run, you're going to be a little bit more heavier in the run because that's how balanced this season's really kind of come out to as far as effectiveness.
And also Cap, the style of running, bro. Not being so dependent on this stretch, bro. And what I'm hearing by the way, and again, I normally don't do this, but I'm hearing the Dolphins are going to be more of a north and south team this year in terms of the game.
I expect it. I expect it because it
Good
does
luck
fit
with
the
this wide
style.
receiver, Skek. But that means they got to line up on the X position and beat their man one-on-one.
They've been thinking about it since the jump. That's why they got the likes of Claypool.
Are they getting rid of Tyreek Hill and Waddle?
No. Just let me land real quick, EM, because here's the deal, right? You're essentially emulating an offense that would have worked for the same quarterback we used to have, and that's what I just want to point out to you here.
Who is that?
The quarterback that we had in Ryan Tannehill that can run that type of scheme. You are saying you want more of that style of offense out of Tua Tagovailoa, and I'm asking you why.
Why don't again? It protects your, it protects your O line, right?
What wouldn't you say? Ryan Tannehill is a limited quarterback.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
So in the correlations that you're making and all the agreements and examples you've given, you're essentially saying that Ryan Tannehill and Tua are closely in the same as far as levels of quarterback.
No, Tua is twice as good as Ryan Tannehill, bro.
And listen, Tannehill is going to be
okay. If Tua's twice as good as Tannehill, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with that. I mean, his pocket presence alone, it takes some leaps and bounds ahead of him. Then why are we reeling back the offense to emulate more of a Tannehill style quarterback offense? If Tua is so good at making all the reads, throwing the ball the way that he is, then why am I getting away? Why am I not playing into these strengths?
Okay, well, again, I just bodied Crypto an hour ago. Lewis is on the phone. I'm sure he in his feelings right now, and he won't tell the truth.
Nobody was there to see that.
I just bodied fucking Crypto about an hour ago, right? Okay, so to your point, Cap,
Now
right?
I'm in my feelings now.
Guess
I'm in
what?
my feelings now.
Hang on. Guess what, bro? Andy Reid Guess what? Andy Reid adopted that. Andy Reid took the ball once the postseason happens. Andy Reid has
and
taken
threw
the ball
more than he did. In
Yeah,
the
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got the numbers right
here. He threw the
No.
ball more times in the playoffs than he did in the regular season.
I thought Cap was talking to me. I thought Cap was talking to me.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Ian. You have my name in your mouth.
Okay, so Cap, what Andy Reid did was in the postseason, right, compared to the regular season, and I'm coming from a postseason perspective because we have proven the last 2 years we can beat the lesser tier teams in this format, right? We can all agree on that, correct?
I think we have them licked.
But when you play more teams that are built that way, big physical O lines, big physical D lines, right?
Did we not beat the Cowboys?
Hold on, Crypto. Let him land because he's losing me here. But go ahead.
So when we face these upper tier teams, your Ravens, your Chiefs, you
want to play more ball control against those teams and go blow for blow and come out with it. I understand you. I understand you.
You got to be in a position to match that physical match or exceed that physicality,
I understand you, but the only reason you're making that correlation that's what we have to do is because the quarterback is showing and proving he can't get it done in the air. That's it. Case fucking closed.
No,
out of here. I'm walking out. I dropped the fucking mic. That's the reason why. That's the fucking reason why, Ian. It is.
No, bro. Why isn't that Andy Reid takes the ball out of Patrick Mahomes'
He fucking did it. Crypto just said the playoffs start. The motherfucker starts slinging the goddamn rock. That's not what they're doing. They're doing the opposite. You literally are using a point where the absolute opposite is the fact.
Hey, Lewis, did I not send y'all the data earlier?
That absolutely obliterated that we had more passing attempts.
So I'm not
passing attempts than
you look at the same chart.
I am not
the Dolphins
have more passing attempts than any playoff team.
I am not.
That's what the chart is showing you.
And guess what? They were the most balanced team in the postseason.
So what? Who cares about balance? Yeah, who cares about the balance? We know they kicked up the. Listen, we know for a fact that when the weather got cold and the wind got tough, they said, "Yep, we got a quarterback with a strong arm. We got to see it up close in Kansas City."
They started throwing the ball the first 4 plays of the game. 5 plays.
Let me give you an example, right? Look at the 2 games when they played Buffalo, right? They played them in a regular season, right? Patrick Mahomes threw the ball 43 times in that game. They lost.
That's an outlier.
Hang on. They lost, right? In the playoff game that they won, he threw it 23 times. So my point to you and all these other idiots,
and
right?
A run increase didn't
my
happen
point
that
to y'all is this, right? Come the postseason, and I'm coming primarily from a postseason perspective, right?
Okay.
Andy Reid took the ball out of the best quarterback in 100+ year history of the National Football League. Why? Because he knows balance is what wins. He even took the pressure off his quarterback.
All right. You know what? Listen, you know what? Hold on. I got to bounce.
The ball less possessions. How many total plays did they run?
I got to bounce, but EM now.
Yeah, you need to on that one. That's a
I do because I can't listen to this nonsense anymore.
How many
legendary nonsense coming out of
EM. That game?
Again,
that's
the legend.
Why it was 20 less pass attempts.
The legend strikes again with the legendary nonsense coming
out of Patrick
because
he's 20 times, bro. 20.
He's saying the winning.
They had 20 less plays that game
This is 2 takes now from EM Dolphin. That are legendary status of the 2024 season, off season, whatever you want to say. Number 1, Lamar Jackson is not the real MVP quarterback and not an MVP quarterback at all.
Running back.
That's number 1. The dumbest take. Number 2, the dumbest take. Number 2, the dumbest take is that the Kansas City Chiefs. Hold up, Crypto. Let me land because I'm bouncing.
To win the quarterback award, that means the rest of the league is trash.
Crypto, you can body the fuck out of him once I leave. I don't give a shit. He's light work at this point.
Before you go.
Hold on, let me land on my second point because your first point, MVP Lamar, doesn't exist. It's a mirage, and that's a lie because he's not a real quarterback. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs do not win football games in the postseason with the fucking most talented arm-throwing quarterback in the NFL today. It is the balance that they keep to their team with running. Continue, go ahead, and then I got to bounce.
That wins Super Bowls. Yeah, you better run. I know you better run, but that is what wins Super Bowls. That is what wins Super Bowls.
That is what wins flat out embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Run pass ratio 60-40. The last 12 of the last 15 champions.
Listen, it really looked like the Chiefs Never mind. Forget it, bro.
No. It looked like the Chiefs what?
Nothing. That last drive was all Patrick Mahomes with his
Christian
fucking arm in the Super Bowl.
touched the ball 30 times. How did that work out with the 49ers?
If the balanced football teams,
how did that work out with the 49ers?
Last time I checked, bro.
49ers ran the ball down there 40 times. How did that work out for them?
I have some stats here. Right, this is Kansas City's postseason. All right, according to ESPN, Patrick Mahomes in the postseason threw for 149. And they ran for 120.
Is that not fucking bad? Does that sound like bad?
Yes, and how much percentage of the running did Patrick Mahomes do for them?
See, this is why. Listen, you know what? See, this is the difference. See, it's levels to this shit, right? You get Cap up here. Times. Yeah, I'm about to go here right now. It's levels to this, right? It's levels. You get nigga. You get Cap. You get people like him, others, Lewis, right? And again, I love you, Lewis. You my guy. You know that. No, don't run, Cap. Don't run. It's fucking levels to this. Crypto, I'm going to put you in that category too. You get motherfuckers that sit up here night after night.
What's the effectiveness of that run versus pass?
I'm going to go here. Because you niggas have got on my goddamn nerves.
How effective was the running game?
I'm addressing all of you motherfuckers right now. It's levels to this, right?
Kansas City had more yards per pass completion than they did running.
EM held his own.
Which was more effective.
I'm always bodying these fools, bro. They not on the level. They ain't on my level. They know that.
What was more effective?
And again, I'm more on Cap's neck right now. Cap ain't on my level. He will never be on my level. He know what time it is. You get people like Cap that come up here and you get Crypto and Lewis follow right behind him, right, with his nonsense, and they get up here and spew foolishness that's not rooted in fact. It's rooted in personal feelings, right?
It's always rooted in fact.
This is the whole business model of the fucking the Fins tailgate. Fuck out of here. He ain't on the fucking level. Y'all are not. Y'all on my goddamn nerves right now. These are the facts. We know what time it is. You know what time it is.
Stating something, the facts doesn't make the facts.
By the way, shout out to
the numbers.
With the $2 donation.
Just like the crooked lawyers in court.
Shout out to Joe Rich with the EM held his own. Props, dude.
That's really how my name's gonna get put in that.
Y'all know goddamn well what time it is. Fuck out of here.
And how did I get called a motherfucker? I ain't do shit.
Hey, I don't know you that well, Mr. Winters. I'm addressing these other clowns right now.
Let's reverb to all this shit that you saying. Like, I understand you can cook all you want. I don't give a fuck about that. But when you call somebody that you don't even know a motherfucker, something wrong there.
I didn't address you directly. I was more addressing these other clowns.
He said, "Y'all motherfuckers." I'm like, well,
again, don't be going to look for don't be going to look for a fire when there ain't been no smoke. There ain't no smoke there with you. Again, I thought I was clear and I was specific about Cap A, and I said the other two clowns that following right behind him right now is Lewis and Crypto right now.
I'll say this.
Don't tuck your tail now, Em.
I'll say this to you, Em. I'm smoking on every podcast, so I always like smoke. So if you ever want smoke, I welcome it. I'm the guy that wakes up 7 minutes earlier than our law. I'm the guy that sees you before you see me. So
I'll say that. Well, if that's what you're saying, if you're looking for a response with EM, right? Study to show yourself approved before you get a response out of me.
Okay,
and I'm gonna leave it at that.
You know. They say steel sharpens steel. I'm from that old school too, my friend. Trust.
Can I ask a serious question of EM though, about something that was said about what would you rather have, bring in physicality or drafting? We already agree that the physicality is a byproduct of strong mentality, right? Do you think it's easier to bring in free agents to increase physicality, or would you rather draft physicality? Because I think physicality is something that you can't really teach or get better at. It's something that you're born with, almost like a mental state that you have at a constant. I don't really, I mean, to Lewis's point, saying that Javon Holland is not mentally tough, I find it hard to find there's very few players, in my opinion, that can go from that type of mentality to becoming a strong, tough mental a person with high physicality, if you know what I mean. I think it's better to draft it because I think it's easier to get from the get-go. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ali,
Yes,
real quick
go
though. I'm sorry you got caught up in that nonsense. But sometimes, listen, I don't like confrontation, but sometimes you got to put motherfuckers in their goddamn place, right? So they bring the worst out of me. So
I hear
Ali,
you. I
check
hear
this
you.
out.
I love your energy. I know, hold on. I love your energy and everything, but when you have a responsibility when you're cooking, and we all know we can all fly through the rails, but you got to think before you speak, my friend. That is a true responsibility and a true
I live by
respect
that.
to
I live by
everybody
that.
on the panel. See, I'm an old head. I'm an old head. I'm an old school cat. And I always sit there and say, I respect you until you disrespect me. And I'm not going to lie to you. And I know a person said in the chat that he wasn't talking
Oh,
to me.
no,
But when you say all you
your speaker
motherfuckers,
sound messed up. Your
Well,
speaker sound messed up, Winters.
well,
oh, I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, like, you just
I'm
gotta,
gonna say
you
that the
know,
fact that you're from old school, that's a here nor there, bro. I was clear about who I was addressing. Everybody on this panel was clear on who I was addressing. You the only one that keep trying to add yourself into that equation, and I keep telling you that was not my intentions. So if you truly from the old school, right? You claim to be a man of respect. Why you just don't respect that and keep your mouth closed while I'm addressing somebody else? I didn't address you not one time. Not
I
one
hear you,
time.
but your delivery, your delivery is like
I don't give a
raw.
fuck about delivery, bro. They know, the individuals know exactly the level of fuel that I have right now. The individuals know what direction it's aimed in. They know who I'm talking about.
Oh, trust me.
I
And
hear
if I know Ian was directed at me, I'd address him. But I know it
And
wasn't at me.
trust me, Mr. Winters, right? And I'm gonna be respectful here to my elders. But at the end of the day, if I wanted smoke with you, I think you've been listening to me long enough to know I'm very intentional, right? I'm very direct when I choose to be. So no, I didn't address you, and I'm telling you, this will be the last time I even speak on this. I am not trying to include you into that.
Appreciate it.
So Ali, I'm sorry
Mhm.
before I was interrupted real quick.
No, it's okay. Go
I
ahead.
don't necessarily think it's a personnel. Well, again, I think, we've got, if we choose to bring back Robert Hunt, we all know it's up in the air what they're going to do with Connor Williams,
Michael
right?
Jackson be part of your moonwalking, EM.
Okay.
You made him
But,
very proud.
okay. But I think it was more philosophical, bro. That's what I think. You know what I mean? It's just not necessarily,
Mhm.
it's the style of running, bro. Like, you get
Mhm.
too dependent. At some point in time, you look at the Buffalo game, the second time we played them, how they were keying in, right? And really compromising the perimeter of our O-line, right? Where we couldn't get to the edge and gash them like we did the first time and get those big runs, getting to the second level and so forth, right? They were taking that away. And Mike McDaniel never was consistent enough in his adjustment when Buffalo altered our approach, right? So this is why I think if you implement and you get more accustomed to addressing teams and attacking teams north and south as opposed to east and west, right? Which is what I'm hearing that might be on the table, right? Again, just saying, take it with a grain. But I'm saying that offers another dimension. That offers something that the defense has to account for. Right? The game of football is all about tendencies. Nothing new is under the sun in the NFL. Everybody runs the same shit in terms of passing tree concepts, right? Run concepts. You can go through every fucking NFL playbook in the game. You can find some commonalities between all 32 teams. But its tendencies is what differentiates the coaches from another. So again, I think if he's more diverse in the run game, obviously personnel is a big part of that. But I think Robert Hunt, right? If you bring back Connor Williams, right, and you go into the draft and you bring in, again, I don't know who's high on their list in terms of O linemen, but I just think if you combine that, you bring back these players that are free agents, and you alter the run game approach, I think that will go a long way to matching the level of physicality. And you get more consistent with it. That'll go a long way with us being able to match the physicality against these upper tier teams that we are now struggling with.
Okay. I definitely hear where you're coming from. I definitely can see how that can change the game and the physicality of it. For me, it was more of what Cap said. He said something about he'd rather bring in a free agent to add physicality to the game. I'm like, yeah, but why would you do that when it's only going to be like a 1-year deal or 2-year deal here and there? and you're wasting all the money on it when you could draft it from the get-go. There's people in this draft that I think that would bring physicality or be a lot mentally and physically tougher than some of the players. I'm not saying Javon Holland specifically, but some of the other players that we have. So that's where I was coming from with it.
But you know, Ali,
Mhm.
again, I don't think it's just necessarily person. I think it's just, he alters his approach. But I don't know why Cap would even. I don't know if he was trolling to being serious or what. But him putting it on, why I'm saying I want to alter my approach, right? Because of Tua, the last 4 quarterbacks that were left in the playoffs, right? Their philosophies were more balanced. Once they got to the postseason, they took a more balanced approach. Look at how those team offenses are built and structured, right? The last 4 teams now. So why is Tua? Why is it that? And again, I don't know if Cap was trolling or what, but it's not about Tua. It's about, again, once you get to the postseason. I know y'all have heard me say it's always 3 seasons within one football NFL season, right? Preseason, regular season, and postseason, right? And every team, right, that's blessed enough to get to the postseason, they either add or they take away some of the things that they did in the regular season, right? So at the end of the day, all teams, and again, there's been anomalies here and there, that have won at the highest level. And again, this is all coming from the perspective of winning at the highest level, not just getting to the postseason, but winning at the highest level. It's about generally the more balanced, the more physical teams are the ones that win football games. You heard listen to Anthony Weaver's interview. I heard him twice, right? I researched. I heard him speak twice. This before we, signed him as our DC, right? And he talked about physicality, running the football and stopping the run. We already have one part of that equation solved, right? Because we've been very good against the run the last 4 to 5 years, under Brian Flores, under Josh McDaniel, and then under Vic Fangio. And I think it's going to be no different under this defensive coordinator. So that is where I'm at, bro. I don't understand why it's so difficult to understand.
Because nobody was arguing this argument. Nobody was even. I just. You know what? Never mind.
No, speak on it. Say what you gotta say. Don't get quiet now. Because Master gone. Don't get quiet now. Because Master ain't up here. Go ahead, get your shit on.
First of all, they ain't no goddamn Master. Let's get that out of the way real fucking quick. And I just think when I hear, again, I think you're having 2 different conversations, or you're having a
goddamn fool.
And I think other people are having a different conversation. I'm talking about from a mental standpoint. You keep wanting to talk about, well, to be balanced and the physicality. Yeah, we get all that. But the fact that remains that
I don't think y'all do actually, but go ahead.
No. I understand absolutely what you're saying, but that's not the argument. Again, what you're not understanding, that's not the argument anyone's having.
Well, what's the debate here?
No, the debate is this team is mentally soft. And
I'm waiting on you to give examples of that, and none of y'all can produce the evidence.
I gave you 3 examples.
Social media engagements.
No. I gave you.
That translated to the field.
You know what? We can't have a conversation because
how did it
just want to talk over.
That's crypto. That's that idiot crypto. That's crypto.
I gave 3 goddamn scenarios, but nobody wanted to fucking gloss over them because no one gives a fuck. Brian Flores had a mindset of bringing toughness to this building. These weak-ass, soft-ass players didn't fucking like it. He got up out of here. Josh Boyer was a Brian Flores, Bill Belichick clone. Toughness, right? They got him up out of here. These same niggas, right? And I'm sorry to use that word, but these are the people we talking about. Tua Tagovailoa was in the building. He did that. Javon Holland was in the building. He did that. Christian Wilkins was in the building. He did that. You brought another example of a tough-minded individual in Vic Fangio, right? 1 year up out of here. Because the logic is when he got in this building, the weak-ass players, he didn't want to be a part of that. That weak mindset from the head coach down, he didn't want to be a part of that. It just seems to me, fuck the physicality on the field. The mindset in the building is what's holding this goddamn team back. And every time this organization brings a tough-minded individual, the players push back.
So you don't care about the play on the field? Wow.
I didn't say that.
Fuck the play on the field. That's what you just said. That you just said. Fuck the physicality on the field. That's what you just said.
Saying, no. What I'm saying is,
I'm not a mind reader.
Let me
Go
not
ahead.
say again. Well, again, you know what? I'm gonna be respectful.
I might be slow. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's cute, but go ahead.
The fact of the matter is, right? I don't believe Miami the last 2 years, right, didn't have the talent to get the job done. I think what held this team back is their weak-minded, soft mental aspect of the game. They're not built. When I think, and Ian, we've had these conversations, the last 4 teams standing this season, right, in AFC, NFC, when I think about those teams, I think of toughness. Not only on the field, from a mental standpoint, from a battle standpoint. Battle tested Kansas City, 6 straight AFC Championship game, 3 or 4 Super Bowl appearances. That's mentally, they're tough. They're battle tested. The Ravens, whether we like the quarterback, whether we believe he's a pure passer or running back, whatever, get out your feelings. I don't care. When you think about the Ravens, you think of toughness. 49ers, same shit. When you think of the Miami Dolphins, you think speed. You think
not on defense, you don't. Not on defense, you don't.
Turf, right? The fastest show on turf.
Not on defense, you don't.
Speaks of toughness.
How can you sit here and say, hey, hang on real quick. How can you sit up here with a straight face, Lewis, right? And say this team, and again, you said the defense was soft too. You ran off what, 5 or 6 names, right? When you at one side of your mouth, you have been consistently talking about this defense has not been an issue the last 2 to 3 years. Fangio and Josh under 2 years under Josh Boyer. But now you're talking about sit you up here, right? And you trying to go along with the narrative of your overseer, right? Well. Now you saying they fucking soft now. Bro, you said that many times to this defense was legit. What are you talking about?
And again, tonight, when did I say that they weren't legit? What I said was they're soft though. They're legit, but they can be 2 things can be true.
How can no. You don't good. You don't get to be that productive. And again, don't take Don't take my word for it. Go take Anthony Weaver's word for it, right? There is no way you can sit up here and say anything about this defense is soft when how productive they've been against the run the last 4 to 5 years.
You're better than this. You're better than this, EM, and I expect more from you. I'll use an analogy, right? Since me and you are not only football fans, we're sports fans in general. Me and you don't only talk football. We talk boxing, right? Here
Absolutely.
You go right here. There's plenty of good boxers, right? And they talk a good game. But when that boxer gets in the ring with someone that is equally as talented or maybe just a little bit more, and they get punched in the mouth, you've seen those good fighters get shook, right? And that's what's wrong with the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have all the talent in the world.
That don't mean you're soft. That means you just got beat on that day. Any fucking Sunday. You ever hear that saying?
Fucking soft. What are you talking about?
No, that means you got beat on that. So Canelo Alvarez, he got knocked out, right? He got beat by Dimitri Bivol, right? Does that make that, when you evaluate his complete body of work, right? He's only lost 3 fights in his career. Because he got beat up by one guy, that makes him fucking soft? No, that makes him, he lost on that fucking day. That's what that means.
He had no business being in that weight class anyway. He got his ass beat.
The fact of the matter is, right? You could use that argument against me if this team for the past 2 years was putting up fights against every fucking good team. The fact of the matter is they don't. They put up good fights against the bitch ass Jets.
Did they play well against the What about the Chiefs? What about the Chiefs? What about the 49ers?
They step up in competition.
What about the 49ers? What about the Lions? Right? What about the Ravens from 2 years back to back before we got beat this year, right? Right? What about the second game in Buffalo this year?
Man,
they look soft in them games? Did they look fucking soft in them games?
No, they look good, but they couldn't get over the hump because
they're not soft. They just got beat. They got outplayed on that fucking day.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. You're right. You sure right. Nobody is soft on this team. We don't have no damn problems on
No,
this team.
I didn't say that. You
Everything is
just said
fine.
that. I never said that.
No. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't
You
think
saying
nobody's
you
soft on the
saying that
defense.
no.
I said nobody's
Again,
soft. I
fuck
think
the defense.
I said the
in building.
defense.
Again, I don't give a fuck about the defense, offense, whatever. In the building, when you walk in and you hit that door, right? The mental aspect was when you walk in there, it's happy-go-lucky. Nigga, they're serving you Lucky Charms, and after they tell you go outside of practice and go take.
So you should run a prison yard. They need to run it like a fucking prison yard. Is that what you're saying?
I don't. Well, you know what? Hey, all I know in prison, they don't let the prisoners run the jail. They don't let the prisoners run the prison.
I'm sorry. I'm more concerned about what you
regulations.
Listen, I'm more concerned about
Miami. In Miami, we let the guys run what's going on in Miami.
I'm more
damn problem.
I'm more concerned about what happened, what transpires on the field, right? And again, I'm not a fan of Mike McDaniel, how his approach to his players. I would much rather, I came from that era. I gravitate more towards a Brian Flores style of approach, right? That's me. But again, it's more than one way to skin a cat. It's more than one way to win. Andy Reid is not a hard nose, in your face, Brian Flores type of coach. He don't have that style. Why is he one?
But you know
close enough to Brian Flores than it is Tony Dungy.
Hey, you know what?
Neither is Tony Dungy.
You know who's a tough-minded coach?
But EM, he's closer to
Doug Peterson.
Hold on. Let me say. If you look at Kyle Shanahan, he's tough. He's a tough-nosed coach. He don't play that shit. He throws his players under the bus too. If you can't perform, he'll get rid of you.
I'm not saying it's not. All I'm saying it's more than one way to win.
And absolutely, no one's debating that. But let me touch on your point with Andy Reid in Kansas City, right? To show you what I'm talking about. I'm glad you brought that shit up because that's a perfect fucking example. Andy Reid is closer to Mike McDaniel, right? He's a player's coach, never really gets hot, nothing like that. You're absolutely right in what you said. You know who was there for years, though? That was a tough-minded guy, though, that they said in the building, never held back and would used to get on players' ass? Eric Bieniemy. How many goddamn players on Kansas City did you hear complaining about Eric Bieniemy? None of them.
Yes, he did.
You know what Kansas City
Shady McCoy did.
Man, fuck
LaShawn McCoy did.
And again, why is he out?
And actually, since you brought that up, right?
And he never won.
Well, since you brought that up, I'm glad you addressed. I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I am.
You said, when did Shady McCoy? You brought Shady McCoy up. When did he win?
They won it in 2019. They won it in 2019.
And when did he win? When he got around tough-minded individuals. Because when that soft-ass mindset that you said,
I'm glad.
Won until he got around.
I'm glad you brought it. I'm glad, bro. Stop it. Listen,
it is what it is.
When all of this controversy, and again, I wasn't gonna go here, but I'm glad you brought that up. Right? You're trying to bring this up to validate your point. And I'm gonna tell you your point is bullshit. Right? Eric Bieniemy, but again, and take this with a grain if you won't. When all this controversy about him not getting opportunities, head coaching opportunities, all this controversy started about what? Is in 2020, 2019, right? I have heard consistently that Kansas City was trying to kind of nudge him out the door because, again, his impact on that team was greatly over-exaggerated, overstated, were the terms that I heard, right? It was pretty much, and
they
again,
had the number one offense in the league when he was in charge, but they went down to
McCoy,
they had a drop-off after he left.
Real quick, and again, that's why I brought up Shady McCoy, right? I was going to bring out this other part, but Shady McCoy basically validated all of it. He said, "This man, bro, Andy Reid is the one that did 80%, 90% of the work. That man was just there."
How come they had a big drop-off after his first year after that? Then
lack of talent. They still won. Lack of talent.
That is.
Is Tyreek Hill there?
And by the way,
okay.
And another. Hold on.
Yeah, they won without him too.
Another player that was responsible for Kansas City's offense was also Mike Kafka.
Hey, and Andy Reid, right? No.
Tyreek Hill was a drag on them.
People and EM, you just said that individuals wanted Eric Bieniemy out of the building, right? That's the rumors you were hearing.
I.e.
right?
Pat Mahomes.
Okay, i.e. Pat Mahomes. Guess who? Guess who Andy Reid, before this year's Super Bowl, guess who they brought into the building to give a speech to the team before this year's Super Bowl? Who did they bring in to talk to the team and help out as an advisor before the Super Bowl? Go ahead and name that name.
Who? I don't know. Who?
Eric Bieniemy. Go look it up.
And
what you mean?
how does that validate your point about how is that validating your point?
If they wanted him up out of there, if he was everything you're saying, and they wanted him up out of there.
I'm just telling you what I heard, bro.
And again, I'm telling you that they brought him back to give a speech and to help advise before the Super Bowl. Why would they do that? If he was again,
why wouldn't you use him as an asset?
The same shit.
Why wouldn't you bring him in as an asset? Right.
This is what it sounds like. The boogeyman. When the boogeyman, oh my God, they're mean. They're not working well with us. Man, fuck out of here, man. So in totality, you think the team is soft is because of how they interact? Because of how they interact. It ain't got nothing to do with on the field. It's all about how they interact with coaches. I've seen it on the field too. I've seen it on the field.
Well, I'm waiting. When? Give me an example. When?
What do you mean?
When?
Again, I can't give you just specific plays. I'm talking
about
during the
don't
game
speak on it then. Well, don't speak on it. Don't speak on it if you can't.
When they fold in front of you, what do you mean?
When did they fold?
In front of you.
No, they just got beat, bro. It happens.
Okay, all right. Well, again, we got two different
So when Kansas City loses to Denver,
Javon Holland shying away from a tackle against Rice?
When Kansas City loses to Denver, a team that we put 70 on, does that make them fucking soft? No, they got beat on that day, bro. They lost on that fucking day. No, that don't make them. No. Now, offensive side of the football, I'm more inclined
Denver's not soft neither.
I'm more inclined again for the reason.
A non-soft team.
For the reasons that I highlighted, right? That type of criticism needs to be aimed in the direction more on the offense. It ain't got nothing to do with this fucking defense. This defense, and again,
on offense though, Ian? You're not pointing out to one single thing other than
I just highlighted that.
Being thrown out of the bounds.
So when you talk about weak and soft defensively, you're talking about teams that can't stop the fucking run, bro. And don't take EM Dolphin fans' word for it. Go listen to fucking Anthony Weaver. He talked about, again, being physical on both sides of the ball, running and stopping the run. That is what defines physical.
The only reputable back we played really was Austin Eckler, and they had over 200 yards
under Brian Flores, under Josh Boyer, under Vic Fangio. Stopping the run has not been an issue. So no, you can't say this team is soft.
We're playing Walter Payton every week to gauge that.
Anyway, so no, you can't. We're playing the same teams all these other top run defenses are playing. Fuck out of here. No, you cannot say this defense is fucking soft. That shit is fucking ridiculous.
You act like we're in a league full of Jim Browns and Walter Paytons and Barry Sanders. Stop it.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. The team is weak. From a mental standpoint, they're weak. They're holding this team back.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the mental mindset.
And it's fucking ridiculous. I told you. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with defense, bro.
I've heard for many years, football teams take the identity of the organization, right?
The offense. No. The offense took the identity of the head coach. Absolutely, I agree with that, but not the defense. Not the defense.
You're talking from again, physicality. I'm not doing that. I'm talking just strictly mental.
Hey, real quick, do you guys want me to drop the link? Are we gonna shut this down?
I don't know. You need to be a little. You need to be more selective on who you let up on this goddamn panel, right?
Yeah, he don't want Pete and Fred to come body him. That's why. That's all right.
I caught 4 bodies today. I need some new fresh some new victims.
Well, I know.
I need some new victims.
I know that.
I caught me 4 today. So I need you know what? You go here, do your thing, Shake. I need to give me another body before I watch Victor Wembanyama. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm dropping the link.
You're not gonna miss the 2 layups, Ian. You can watch the 2 layups on ESPN later on.
You want to talk about a transition on talking about soft players? Now you go to Wembanyama. That's another one.
Well,
2 years he'll be out the league.
Well, that's not what they're saying. Yep, that ain't what they're saying.
I dropped the link.
Oh, so now we believe what people say now?
No, I believe what I say.
Oh,
My
okay.
eyes tell me no. My eyes tell me something totally different, bro. I see Pete in the chat talking about he been waiting to get up here.
You missed the 2 block shots,
Oh, there we
Em.
go.
Don't
There
worry.
we go. Pete, what's good, man?
EM, I
Pete
hate
is
that I
up
have
here
to
to
say
cook 'em.
this.
Hey, just remember, hey, you're
No.
on Lewis's home turf now, Pete.
That's fine because that's who's gonna get it right now. EM, I hate that I have to agree with you. But let me get this straight, Lewis.
Right,
Nothing
Lewis?
you're saying, nothing you're coming, or nothing is based out of field production.
Oh,
You can't come with nothing that's on the field that reflects that our team is soft. Now, I would have agreed with you,
The
Lewis, because I
results.
oh
no,
shit.
I would have
Listen
agreed
to this
with
fucking
Lewis.
idiot.
I would have agreed with
Listen to
Lewis
this
if he
fucking
would have
idiot.
said Tua is soft. Maybe Mike McDaniel is soft. Shoot, Jason Sanders is soft. Who I couldn't even disagree with that. But you're
Oh
saying our
Jason
team
Sanders
is
is
shit.
the
soft.
hardest player on his
Our
team. What are you
team
talking
is
about?
soft. I completely disagree. And for everybody else sitting up here as a Dolphin fan, not calling Lewis out on this, you know what? Y'all ain't
Because
Dolphin fans
Pete, it
tonight.
hurts, but the truth hurts. That no one's gonna go at the truth. When he's saying we're soft from a mental standpoint, that's the truth.
Listen to this.
I
Again,
disagree.
you get
I
another. You
disagree with
get.
that,
No
Griffin.
fan wants to hear the
It's bad
truth.
enough. It's bad enough that you got you got a man again. I know I troll a lot, right? But a man that I absolutely respect in EM, right? It's bad enough to hear him with his
I don't give a fuck
foolishness.
about none of that. I'm on that. I don't give a fuck about none. I'm on that. God damn it. I'm on it.
Let's get it, EM. I'm with you
An
on
actual
my team
man that
ain't
I
soft.
respect, right?
Yeah,
In
they don't
EM,
want to because they uber
it's
masculine
absolutely
mentality. They don't want to
foolishness.
be called soft. That's
It's
what it is.
crazy.
That's what it's
It's
getting
crazy.
at. You don't want to face the truth, Pete.
It's absolutely crazy that a man I respect, right, comes out with this foolishness. But I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna let a fucking casual that hasn't been right since I've heard this man's voice come up in here and tell me I'm fucking wrong. Pete, have you lost your motherfucking mind?
Well,
Have you lost your motherfucking mind, Pete?
the reality, the way I'm feeling tonight, Lewis, as long as I get this one right, that's all that really matters.
Get him, Pete. Get him, Pete. Turn up, Pete. God damn it.
You dead
Turn up.
fucking wrong.
Turn up, Pete.
You're
Put
dead
your
fucking
foot on
wrong.
his goddamn neck.
They ain't put enough foot in
I don't want to
shit.
see nothing but foam coming out the side of his goddamn mouth right now, Pete. Put your foot on his neck.
You can show on film like
Man, you know what? This is our show. There we go.
Choke his motherfucking ass out. Choke him out, goddammit.
I'm just fucking with you, Pete.
Ain't choking out
Lewis
shit.
could show on film.
Look
that
at Ian
say
putting a
our
battery in
team
his
is
back.
soft. How y'all letting this man put that in the stratosphere like that? Where on film?
It's
Where
been
does
out there in
Lewis
the
say our team
atmosphere.
is soft? Isn't
Don't-
that the only thing that matters? What we do on the field, the guys,
No.
the all 22, the 22
Yes,
guys
because we're
on the
getting
field.
punched.
Don't.
This guy's
We're
talking
getting punched in the mouth. 56
Of course.
points on the board against a great team. Another 48 on the
Don't worry,
board.
Pete. Don't worry,
Yeah, so
Pete.
even on the defensive, we've
Don't
been
worry,
proven
Pete.
soft.
Him and Lewis,
That
they
one
only
was
doing
early in
it.
the season
Yeah.
and one was late in the season.
Say Pete, they only doing what Master told them to do. That's all they doing. They crash dummies.
That's what it is.
Master
Yeah,
told them
okay.
to crash out today, and that's exactly what they did. They crashed out.
I was up here.
That's what Master said.
You don't want to hear the truth.
Before Master was up here, I was up here already saying that. That's number one. Number two, just let me get my shit off real quick because I ain't gonna be up here long. Let me just get my shit off though. It's funny how Pete comes out now, and Pete, what you just said right now, right, was we can't ignore. Lewis can't bring up on the field, right? Because now you say you want to agree. So now, Pete, I want to understand you, right? You want to make me believe that you, out of all people, want to believe what you see on the field? Well, Pete, how in the fuck, if you want to believe what you see on the field, in every statistical category,
Here we go.
on the field,
Here we go.
field, shut the fuck up before I have shit put you in the back. Every statistical category, the quarterback led in the NFL. Number one in passing. He did that on the field. He didn't do that in the building. He did that on the field. So you want to tell me I'm wrong because I can't bring up a thing. But now you want to tell me that on the field matters? Pete, have you lost your motherfucking
Did you
mind?
not? Did you not hear?
Your motherfucking
Did you?
ass up here,
All right.
Pete.
Did you not hear? You see, or what is this? A zombie movie, Lewis? We resurrect because I'm coming back. I got 9 lives. Call me that cat. But at the
Turn
same
up,
time,
Pete.
let me
Turn up, God. What you waiting on? Turn up,
We
nigga.
killed you about
Turn up.
22 motherfucking times already. You would have been dead even if you was a cat.
If you're gonna sit here and say that Tua was soft, then that's why I said I would have agreed with you. But you didn't come off nothing.
I said the team was soft. Did you hear what I said? I said the team was soft.
Exactly. That's why I said you're loud and wrong. Right now, you gotta eat
Back.
this L. Right now, and raw, you gotta eat it. There's no returns because at the end of the day,
you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
With you.
You have no idea what the fuck you're talking
If you would have pointed
about.
out things like, oh, Tua's soft, I would have gave you details like they pointed out today earlier, right?
Oh shit, they highlighted that one. Oh shit, god damn. Oh, shit.
Hell?
They highlighted that one.
And I don't know who that is, but your mama's soft, ho.
Oh shit.
Whoa, what did I miss?
Yeah, damn.
Trying to body Lewis right now.
Cap highlighted that comment. Is Cap trying to say something or what?
I listen. It was kind of an accident.
yeah.
I was getting stuff situated. I didn't even mean to touch it. Not gonna lie, dog.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even mean to touch it, bro. No cap.
I
No
think
cap.
Master is trying to say something right now. That's what I think.
Watch your motherfucking mouth right now, god damn it, Ian. Don't be a bitch right now, god damn it.
Lost your goddamn mind.
Shit, is Master trying to say something? Oh shit.
That shit don't batter me. I don't give a fuck. I would highlight it. If I had the controls right now, I would highlight it myself. Because the simple fact is, you see this icon that's on here? Talking right now, that's me. That's my face. My real name is Lewis. I don't hide behind bitch-ass made icons with a fake fucking icon name. I don't hide behind that. So again, your mama's a hoe. And your sister's a hoe. And you a straight bitch too. Face matches the icon, hoe. You see?
Oh shit!
Ain't nobody
oh
shit!
Shit.
Cat,
Is he
Cat,
coming
you
up?
up for
Is he
that?
dropping the link for?
Cat,
Is he
see,
coming up?
if I was Lewis, right? There's no way I would tolerate that from Cap.
You need to shut
There ain't no way in the world I would tolerate
First of all, honestly, I can't believe you were tolerating that from Lewis, Ian, because I thought he was calling you out with his fake name, not putting no face on it. That's how he was calling out.
Real quick, all I know is I heard this same nigga say that I'm the nigga he fuck with the fullest in the community. That's all I know. But all I know is Lewis, ain't no way in the world I would let Cap get away with highlighting that goddamn on a platform, right? That you help bring along and you contribute to. There ain't no. You think reason, right? Hey, you think if somebody get in the chat, right, and say EM is a hoe ass nigga, you think reason is gonna put that shit up on the? You think he gonna highlight that?
Easy. And first of all,
He's done it before to get you riled up.
Do you really think reason is gonna do that? I'm just saying.
Reason 1,000,000% don't need to, because you are straight reading every single word written in the chat, so he don't need to show you right now. Lou's out here bodying everybody. I figured somebody was an easy kill. Look, Buddy ain't chatted one more time since he bodied him. Lou done killed his ass. I know what Lou doing.
And that ain't the Lou I know and love, dog. Talk
about that ain't the Lou you know and love.
Somebody getting soft. That ain't the Lou I know and love. The Lou that I know, that I fuck with to the fullest, right? Oh no, he ain't gonna tolerate that from nobody, let alone Master Cap, right? So I don't know.
So Master Cap, is that what it is?
Maybe
Damn.
maybe
Ian, tell me how you really feel, bro.
He getting a little more docile.
I'm ashamed.
This
is Black History Month, Em. I am so disappointed in you.
I am disappointed
in
you,
Black History
buddy.
Month ain't even ended yet, and you out here. You acting like Steven.
Hey, I'm sorry. What was that, Crypto? I didn't hear you. What was that?
You acting like Steven on Django Unchained. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed.
Really? Oh yeah, really? Well, that is your. Well, I might be acting like it, but that is your goddamn character. Because look, listen, this is going to a place.
Take the gloves off, Crypto.
Hey. No, we don't want to do that. This is going to a very dark place that I don't want to participate in right now.
I don't want to participate in that place. Stop doing that, EM, because you're the one bringing everybody down this dark alleyway. You're bringing everybody down this dark alleyway saying, "Hey man, what do you think this is?" As you're unzipping the front of your pants. We don't want to see that shit.
Get away with that. That's all I said. That's all I said. Y'all are jumping to conclusions.
And what I said was, I don't give a damn if Cap put it up, who would Shake Money put it up. I would have put it up. I'm addressing that hoe. I don't care about nothing else. That's who I'm addressing.
Oh man. Listen, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, gentlemen. Salute to y'all. Hey man.
Goodbye.
Shake.
Take it easy, buddy.
You know damn well what it is.
Hey,
Cap.
listen, hey, In the Blender is next month, man. I want you to be the first. I want you to open up season 2, man. So I need you to let me know what day you're gonna be able to record, man.
Let me know, Shake. You always say you're gonna reach out to me, but you never do, bro.
I do. You don't reply to me. That's all. You know, I'm not as important as Lewis. I understand that, but damn.
Who said Lewis is important? Who said that? Who said he important?
He is important.
I surround myself with people that actually shaking shit in the community, right? That actually move the needle. Lewis ain't earned his stripes yet. So a lot of what me a lot of what me and Lewis project out on the internet.
Look. You see what he's trying to pull right now? That master mentality he's trying to pull right there. Trying to pull that master mentality on it right now. What kind of reverse ass bullshit you got going on right now? God damn it.
A lot of what me and Lewis project out on the internet is for the internet purposes, bro. Right? Am I right, Lou? Am I correct? Yeah.
Listen to him. Listen to him.
Anyway, salute, man. Y'all be good, man. You know what? I got about 5 more minutes. You got 6
more days to make up for this foolishness.
No, real talk. I appreciate every time I venture to do something. You're one of the main guys who support me, and that means a lot to me, bro.
Salute to you, man. You know what, Cap? You need to be thanking me because you need me on here so your numbers will stay consistent. Because I must admit, when you've been up here, you've been struggling by yourself, bro. Your numbers have been in the toilet. Just saying.
They?
Yeah, they've been terrible.
Really?
They've been
Sometimes
terrible.
the numbers go up when a foolish character comes on the
You're
panel.
doing CB83 numbers.
I've done like 4 shows the last 3 weeks.
You're doing CB83 numbers right now.
No,
Listen.
I'm not. Dog. CB83. I don't even know who that is. First of all,
No. CB82. You're doing CB82 numbers right now.
I don't know who that is, dog.
Color said his name is CB82. So CB82.
Oh, okay. Listen. Take that freaking Kirkland brand.
CB 41 and a half. Goddammit, he's been chopped in half.
You can take that Kirkland brand Star Wars somewhere else. I don't know what the fuck you're saying right now, so I don't know. What those numbers mean.
Listen. I'm gonna say this for real. We've been trolling, but see, what the audience might not know, or people that ain't been around us know. This is what we do all day, every day, bro. We troll the shit out of each other on the phone for hours. Myself, Lou, Crypto, Cap, right? This is what we do. It ain't no malice involved.
EM got me the other day in the spaces, right? He got me. He fucking got me, dude. He fucking got me. And I talked to him on the phone, and he was like, "Oh, you ready to talk about?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm not gonna lie, you fucking got me, bro. You got me. He got me to get in my feels about it, and I was pissed. Bro. He did get me.
Even though we troll like that, and I'm serious. There's ain't no trolling here. Let me say this. Cap,
dysfunctional family.
Lou, Cap, Crypto, Shake, bro. I consider all of y'all family, bro. Like if I know a lot of people here is trolling, and I just want everyone to know this ain't no drama. This is what we do, man. We have we laugh. I can't tell y'all the conversations we had. Like earlier, me, Lewis, and Crypto was talking shit, laughing for hours on the phone, bro. This is what we do. Right? This is an escape for all of us, right? We get on these panels, we get on these platforms, even off platform. We just like to troll each other because we love each other, bro. And that's what brothers do. At least me growing up. My brothers and stuff, we trolled each other 100% of the time.
No matter what team sport you played with, this was the kind of shit going down, dog. You know what I'm saying? And even so, I mean, listen, dude, when you guys were going out, when all the boys rode up and we're going to go to the bar or something, it's only to just trash on each other the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
110%.
You have a couple of
I love
drinks
this
and just
dude, man.
absolutely dog
question for
all
you
of
guys.
your shit on you right now, and that's
Cap,
it.
I have
That's
a
what it
question
is.
for you guys.
Yeah, what
real
up?
quick. Do you think the lack of physical mentality in general with the NFL is because of the rule changes, focusing more on offense instead of physical defense, or do you think that's just?
I can
point.
see your
That's a good
point,
point.
because you're right, because it's about speed and scoring and stuff like that, and if I avoid contact, I can do that faster rather than taking the time to drive down the field.
That's why
more
these
explosive.
DBs are not physical enough. Like,
Well,
DB.
Also, I think another reason why it's been like this is because the players are getting more power. Before, back in the 80s, you either play for the team you are with and play how they want you to play, or you're not playing at all. But now with free agency, everything like that, they have more options and they have more leverage. Back then,
And
they didn't
people
have
forget
the
too, Cap,
leverage like they have now.
and Shay, Crypto knows where I'm going to go
They had
with
to
this.
take it.
In the NFL, back in the 70s and 80s, the players basically had a second job. They didn't really. The NFL wasn't their main job. They had like a job outside of the. They had like they were working
but
grocery
they
stores.
they had like downtime and heel time, and it wasn't as long. And there's a million things to consider with all that. These guys are training year round, and I
That's
get
why
it.
you
You
saw
want to get bigger and faster and stronger all the time.
Yeah.
But I also
remember,
wonder, is that doing a detriment to them and causing some of these injuries?
Hey,
too?
remember,
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
back in the day, man, Shula used to do 2 or 3 a days with no water breaks.
That's
that shit
true.
was like
I
that.
don't think. I think it has a
Hey,
little.
Shank.
Yeah.
You about to shut the panel down, bro?
I was gonna shut it down around 10.
Oh,
What's
okay.
up?
'Cause that CB82 guy is live right now. We should all go over there and troll the shit out that fool right now, bro. Cap,
I don't even know where the hell's
Cap,
that at, dog. Where's that at?
Well,
Damn, he's got
I
a
need some
channel?
time to search. I need some time to look for the channel, but give me a minute.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
but what
maybe
I
if
didn't
you
know
can
it was a channel.
DM if you find that channel, dog, and whoever the hell it is you're talking about, DM me, and if I'm not sleeping or something, you know.
No.
Oh,
Cap, let me clarify what I'm talking about.
Well, hold on, Anthony.
This
before you
CB82
clarify,
guy.
Anthony, hold on, because again,
CB41 and a half.
I would agree with you, Anthony, right? But I think for what it is, the rules changes and stuff. You know why that came? And again, it's not an NFL issue. It's the same thing across the board when you look, especially like the NBA, right? It's the same thing.
Well, Lou, to add to your point, it's the pussification of America.
It's
But
the
continue.
world we live in, bro.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Pussification of America,
It's a
dog.
culture issue. It's definitely
They're
a culture
bitching up
issue.
the whole
It's
motherfucking
not
culture,
about-
dog.
It's not
I don't
about
like
the
it.
people practicing less. It's not about the people getting bigger, stronger, faster. It's again, when I talk about the mindset, it's we are soft as a nation, right? We become soft.
We're becoming more
become
soft, dog.
weak.
It's embarrassing. It's
Don Shula
embarrassing,
got fired
goddammit.
years ago.
what
Don
it
Shula
is.
How many
was last
times I gotta watch a video of one
Yeah,
dude
Shula
beating
probably
on
would've.
somebody while everybody walks past or don't do nothing? What the fuck? Bunch of pussies.
Family, listen, I work at a mental hospital.
Bunch of pussies.
I work
Yeah,
at
in
a
Pennsylvania, you go to jail for that.
This guy
Okay, Winters, you say something, Winters? Go ahead.
So I work at a mental hospital, and I'm going to tell y'all this straight up. I've been working in a mental hospital for 16 years, and I see it on an everyday basis. And it's crazy because it seems like, and Lewis, you literally answered your own question in a way, and I want to apologize to EM because you kind of answered your own question. You said the Miami Dolphins is soft, but as a culture, we know the mentality of the player from the yesteryear that we grew up watching to the players now is a culture thing. So when you're given everything and never told no,
I agree.
That's just what it is. And it's sad, but it's the truth. It's a culture thing. So your point on saying the Miami Dolphins being soft, I hear that, but in the same sense, how can you sit there and rectify that situation if you have a culture that is completely different?
Well, I think. I think we
No,
can
they
agree.
just make it an
You know what
uphill
I think
battle.
is
You
one-
could fight it
You know what?
internally.
You know what I
change
think
it,
is going on?
runners.
I think I don't necessarily think. I think it's two cultures in one building, right?
Okay.
Because if you look at Mike McDaniel, and again, look at Mike McDaniel, he's hired two coaches that are polar opposites from a personality standpoint than what he is, right? So he's the overseer of the offense. Vic Fangio / Anthony Weaver are overseers of the defense. We got two. This is why I said this is not a team issue. It's an offensive side of the football issue. Because again, with the production on the field, and also look at the coaches, the overseers at Brian Flores, Boyer, as well as Vic Fangio. That again, normally mentality is it reflects on the field, whether you're soft, whether you're physical, or whatever, how you play, whether you're tough, whether you have mental toughness or not. That you'll see it on the field, right?
You know what, EM? I think I know a way to fix this team right now, dog. Let's go find some street motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like people who don't go to college. You know what I'm saying? Like find me some of those guys on this team. We'll get tough as fuck real quick. Well, that's where it's got to come internally.
Like I said, this is why I said Mike McDaniel, right?
Mike McDaniel want to coach those kind of players.
I'm gonna say this. And other people have said it, right? I'm not the first, but I do agree with this. Mike McDaniel, if he's not he better get this ship going in the right direction, because if he doesn't, that man, right? You listen to him. He has head coach written all over him, and I think his style, his play. I remember when he was a player, his coaching style. Again, you can see a drastic shift in, if Mike McDaniel turns and he doesn't get the offense where it needs to be. I can see Stephen, but the defense, right, becomes just as productive or even exceeds the level of production we saw last year. I can easily say, look at him, listen to him. That is who I want. That's the culture that I want for the Miami Dolphins, right?
Well, I'll tell you this, simply put on math and deduction of what I know of the team, if there's blame to be put on Mike McDaniel to throw him under the bus to save Chris Greer, that's exactly what will happen. That's the easiest deduction of math right there. You know what I'm saying?
He better get it right.
He best keep his head on a swivel, because if there's one thing we know, Chris Greer will figure a way to put the multimedia team on your ass and have you be the reason why we get his ass up out of here. Get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And that is impending. And I agree. I said that the other day, Ian, about Mike McDaniel. He's got to learn to take a step back on the control on the offense and make sure he has a control of this football team, and be more of a delegator, be more of a manager in that way. He can't be catering to Tua like he has the past 2 years. He needs to now focus on this football team, because you can't fire this Weaver guy and get 4 new defensive coordinators in your first 4 years. That is asinine.
110%.
You can fire, right, Mike McDaniel and keep Weaver. You can get rid of Weaver and keep Mike McDaniel. All that shit is all mute points. They're not the problems. Just like Brian Flores wasn't the problem. Just like Josh Boyer wasn't the problem. Just like Vic Fangio wasn't the problem. See, I'm hearing about all these coaching changes, and the problem still stays. The problems are the players.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like Lewis want to say something without saying. I don't know. He sounds like he got something on his chest.
Yeah, Lou, I would really like to hear clarification, because it does sound like I hear something.
It sounds like you got something on your chest that you want to get off, bro.
Has this thing been working all night for the last 2 hours and 2 minutes? The players are goddamn solved. Like what's wrong with y'all? The shit has been working, right?
Okay. Well, that's only half the battle. Hey,
is this mic on? God damn it!
Hey, that's only half the battle, right? That's only half. That's only half the battle. Well, the second part to addressing this issue, you got to identify who you deem is soft, bro. You care to do that at this point in time, or you would care to wait?
I only got one of them out, and everybody had an uproar saying because he's physical on the field. What are we talking about? I don't have my chance.
Okay, but that's not the one that it feels like that you.
Christian,
that ain't the name.
Hey, wait a second, Lou. He just did it to himself. He got in his feelings. It doesn't feel like you're right, Lou. Motherfucker got right in his feelings about you. mentioned Javon Holland. You get him all up in his motherfucking feelings.
That's not the name that I think that he wants to say, right?
You know why? Because when you say Javon Holland, it makes you get in your feelings. When you say another player, insert Brandon Jones, you know what we're talking about being physical and being that kind of way. Yes, there might be not the production because he has limitations in his actual game and obvious and physical gifts where Javon Holland is measured higher. But what we're talking about is that dog that Brandon Jones has. You see how he comes down in the box and lays hits on some of these running backs or picks up that blocker. He's life and limb. And even when he gets beat, he's coming right back again. And that's the type of mentality we're talking about. And when we mention Javon Holland, or Lou in particularly mentions him to you,
you know, Cap,
you get in your
no.
feelings.
I just
Their
disagree.
feelings are you remain completely
disagree.
objective on Brandon Jones, but you mention a player of high regard and is productive and drafted with status and has a social media presence and sells jerseys and gets the love, then the feelings become optics. See, that's my real problem with any of objectivity from anyone when they measure the team. You stop looking at it as the output versus dollars in the statistical form, and we get too attached to the caricatures, to the show, to their personal stuff, and it's hard to. You start tying your feelings up into it.
I'll give you another name.
Well, let me say, Lewis. Let me say something real quick.
I don't think that's the name Lewis really wants to say, but go ahead.
One thing I was trying to say earlier was I think one of the reasons why Holland played better under Brian Flores, when if you look at the 2021 defense, one of the driving force of the zero blitz, at least for Brian Flores, is the safety. And Javon Holland was a rookie, but once Javon Holland got acclimated to the defense, he became that driving force of the zero blitz. That's why he had Bobby McCain back there, because he needed somebody with a high football IQ. And
but here's the deal: at no given point, at no given point, did anyone ever look at Bobby McCain and not see the heart we're talking about, the dog we're talking about? At no given point while he was a Dolphin, even when he left this team, everyone knew what we were talking about as far as a physical leader that was going to lead not only to the best of his ability with his play, but put his life and limb on the lines to be a leader in that way, to set tones. Go ahead, Lou.
And here's another name, right? And people get in their feelings when I bring up this name. But Christian Wilkins, he's soft, right? And you want to talk about on the field? I'll give you on the field. When I'm watching Hard Knocks and you're seeing him on the field, he's grabbing nuts. That'll make you tough. Because you're pulling towels out of people's asses. That don't make you tough. Roquan Smith in a playoff game told C.J. Stroud after knocking him down, get up, because in the next play, I'll see you again, homie. I'm going to be in your ass all goddamn game. When you see Christian Wilkins do that, but then you have these people in this weak-ass fucking soft fan base as well tell me, well, he's a disruptor of Josh Allen. The Bills are 10-1 against us. What the fuck exactly is he disrupting? What is it? But we love Christian Wilkins because he's part of Salt and Pepper. And what would we do if we ever lost the guy? Man, please.
It ain't Millie Vanilli. It's
Pepper, he says.
It's not Millie Vanilli, or is it Salt and Pepper? Goddamn.
My man said Salt and Pepper, bro.
Him and Zach Seiler are playing hopscotch on the fucking sideline. Congratulations. I don't give a fuck about none of that. He's soft. He's mentally soft. Right? Get the fuck out of here. People can get in their feelings if they want to. The man is soft. Javon Holland is soft. There's a couple other guys on this football team that is soft.
I disagree with that, but that's fine. We're just going to have to agree to disagree on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't you saying Jerome Baker soft a couple of years ago?
He was. But I think he's gone a long way to kind of, he's a lot more physical player than what he was early in his career.
And the name you're looking for, EM, because now I'm in the goddamn mood tonight. Fuck all these people in the chat. Fuck everybody else.
Go ahead. Get your shit off.
I'm in the goddamn mood.
Get it off. Get it off.
Cook.
Everybody wants to blame the coaches, right? Oh, it's McDaniel's problem.
Get it off. Get it off.
Well, again, was Mike McDaniel in the goddamn building when the quote was, "You can't talk to players like that"? I don't believe Mike McDaniel was here. I believe that was a tough-minded head coach in Brian Flores. Who's the one that said that weak-ass shit?
I don't know. Who are you talking about? Who was that?
Tua? Wasn't that Tua Tonga Baloa that came out and said you can't
Here we go. Now we getting somewhere.
Was Mike McDaniel in the building?
Now we getting somewhere.
Listen, from the top down, goddammit. I'm right there with you, Lou. Because you know what? When the guy that's making the most money, the guy that's has the best chance with the ball in his hand on the field to be the leader, isn't held to the standards of that type of mentality, and it's being catered to that other direction, that is the not winning direction for late in the season football, bro. And it's been proof is in the pudding, bud.
Yeah, just leave it there. I'll get it. Yeah.
We just want to blame Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, he's not physical. He's not tough. He don't bring that mindset. Well, when we had a tough, physical-minded head coach, the mindset was still weak as fuck in that building.
Oh, shit.
So who are we going to blame now?
And all I'm saying is that's fine. I'm not going to try to push back, right? But just stand on that. That's all I'm saying. Just say it.
But again, Tua is not the only one.
Okay, that's fine.
Holland was part of that.
Okay, that's fine.
Was part of that. They were all here. And again, the point is,
I would sentiment that Raekwon Davis is that way too, dog.
Absolutely.
Look at the size of that man. How the fuck ain't he? How ain't he wrecking up everybody with that fucking giant ass of his?
No, he just lazy.
You know what's funny, Lewis? The one mentally tough guy, that was there. Everybody shits on is Jerome Baker.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I just asked EM about that. EM was saying he was soft.
I wouldn't say he's soft now. I think Jerome Baker's come a long way, bro.
I think he's done well, but okay, if you're gonna measure who's more of the guy that we're talking about, Jerome Baker or Andrew Van Ginkel, ain't nobody questioning Andrew Van Ginkel when he's brought up.
No, not Van Ginkel.
You do not question that. You don't question Bradley Chubb. You don't question Jalen Phillips. None of those guys are under question in this type of mentality we're talking about here.
Well, hang on, Cap. According to Lou's definition of soft, right, you mentioned Jalen Phillips. That man checked himself into therapy allegedly because of how he was being treated in the workplace.
What in the workplace? Yeah. Listen. Guess what? Maybe he had some.
No, that wasn't.
I mean, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like whatever he needed to do, he took care of it. I don't care if you go to the couch. Listen, this isn't about people not having good mental health. EM.
But
we're talking about.
That's what Lewis
listen,
is saying.
Guess what?
They can't
no,
handle,
he's not. No, he
pressure.
is not. No, he is not. Because there's one thing to have mental health things that you need to work out, and then work them out and be the better, stronger alpha guy we expect out of you. In that ilk. Now, if he was coming around here and he was, passing out fucking business cards of fucking therapy and bringing it up at the fucking podium, and you could see that he's got this pacifist way on the field, then yeah, I would say, yeah, Jalen Phillips is guilty of that as well. But that's not the type of production we're getting. This is not a pacifist game, bro. This is a game of warriors, and you got to have a warrior spirit to be successful late in the year, because you're beat the fuck up, you're fucking tired, and you don't want to learn new stuff, and you're just hoping that you're going to be able to get through this today rather than saying I'm getting through today because I'm ready for tomorrow, god damn it. And that's the type of shit we need around here.
And by the way, you gotta remember too, hold on real quick, you gotta remember that Jalen Phillips retired from football when he was in college, so that mental stuff stemmed way before he came in the NFL.
Yeah, he quit at
one point in time.
Yes, he was at Cal. He was at Cal. He had concussion issues.
Transferred.
It took him into a way. He went and got some help about it, and then he went back to Miami, the Canes, and reinvented himself, and he's been golden since.
Yeah, he retired.
So again, a young man having identity issues and worried about where his future's going, and then recorrects the ship and finds the success as a first rounder that he is. And again, the play on the field doesn't dictate. And guess what? Just because he said that one time, I ain't seeing him kicking rocks on fucking social media. I ain't seeing him tweeting about shitting on homeboy Fangio or anything like that. My man is too busy rehabbing, working hard, and trying to be the best motherfucking leading athlete we got. That's what I see. Don't you dare try to sully the name of Jalen Phillips and the likes of weak mentality, Ian. We ain't gonna stand for that around here, goddammit.
I don't know, gentlemen. We just respectfully agree to it. I don't think there's anything soft about this defense. Not one. I ain't saying it's not a player on here that's soft, but again, the starters. You're talking about the D line as a whole. You're talking about the second level with the linebackers and the secondary players. No, man, I think these players. Soft is not the term that I would use to put in the same sentence with any of them players, bro. No, I respectfully disagree with that.
Can you give me a player that's soft before you get up out of here, Ian? Because it sounds like you're leaving. Can you identify?
Well, Tony just got up here. EM is fucking out of this bitch now.
on whatever side of the ball it is. Can you identify a player that's
Tony,
soft?
don't let that man.
Tony,
put that,
all I know is EM's
Tony
fucking
fucks with
doing his
EM. I
closing
fuck with Tony. What you
statements.
talking about?
The second Tony popped up on here, I seen Tony laughing at
sound like
EM's
the
dumbass
moonwalking
takes.
sessions about
Tony, don't let that man put that battery in
I
your
knew
back.
Tony was coming up here to start slinging fucking EM
That moonwalk.
Dolphin all over this fucking
Tony
building,
fucks
dog.
with
That's
EM.
what I know.
I fuck with Tony.
Ian, before
Yeah, we can hear you, Tony.
Before you get up out of here, Ian, because it sounds like you're leaving before Tony starts cooking, right? Can you, if you do believe there's a mentally weak player on this football team, can you identify it, please, and tell me who that is?
God damn, Lou, it's like that, man. Okay. Damn.
Bro, I'm just saying, is this not what we do?
It's on the offense, Lou. That's according to him. And
I told if it's somebody really, I think it's the head coach. I think it's the head coach because I told you
no player.
I didn't say it was necessarily a personnel issue. I said philosophically this approach is weak. Speed when you compare to power, no matter what sport you live.
But the question is this: is that stemming from a weak mentality, though? EM, is that stemming from a weak mentality, though? That's because that's really what we're in question here. And it may be. That's probably the case. That's why I'm asking the question, because you're saying it is from the coach, and I think that's a great take, actually. Probably the best take you've had up on this panel all night. I haven't been watching every last bit of it, but I've been hearing some real terrible takes out of you, so I'm assuming this is the best. So,
well, Mike McDaniel, you're assuming
use a hoe.
You know you're right about this.
Use a hoe, Cap. Use a hoe. But no, I think it's a coach, bro. I've been consistent about that.
How can it be the coach? How can it be the coach if we had a tough-minded head coach before him that was the same problem?
Oh shit, Lou, pit him up against the wall, Lou. Don't let him move, Lou.
Hang on. That's a fair point, right? Damn. That's a fair point. But I'm coming again. I don't necessarily weak mind. I don't think toughness is an issue on the Brian
You can't have a
Flores.
tough mentality because you can't talk to people that way. Round and round we go, Lou. He's coming right back to Tua being the problem. Coming right back to Tua being the problem, Lou. That's what EM's saying.
I'll say this, right, in regards to Tua. I'm going to give you niggas, oh, my bad, Cap. I'm going to give you what you're looking for, right? Do I think Tua, when I think of mental toughness, do I think Tua is that guy? No. Right, I'll be perfectly clear on that. But do I think Tua is a soft player? No, I don't think he's soft.
Timestamp this right now.
Lewis, it's done.
Yeah,
I already looked at the clock.
That's
I already
fine.
know the
That's fine.
timestamp. It's done. I did it the second.
Don't give it to Master Word.
Don't
give it to Master Word.
When I think of mental tough, no, I don't think of Tua like in that regard. But I don't think he's soft. You can be not the strongest mentally, but you don't necessarily have to be soft. Two things can be true, right? So no, I think the issues that's plaguing this team is more a philosophical approach.
Well,
that's what I think.
Before you go, Big Philly, I gotta ask two things because the soft or strong measurement, the measurement that we're trying to find here is mentally, and you just said Tua is not mentally considered strong in the way of the example.
When I think about the strongest team,
it's cool.
Hang on. When I think about the mentally strongest players on this team, I don't think that's Tua. No.
Okay. All right. And then now, when we talk about
Not at this
physically, so now we have the mentality, and then we have the physical attributes, because those are the only two ways in which we've been measuring everybody, physically and mentally. I would say Tua is also lacking in the mental physicality part of the game of football, albeit with the concussions and the injuries.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. So are we now saying Tua is soft? Because you just said he's mentally soft, and now he is physically soft. That's 2 for 2, dog. We're only got two measurements we've been taking on players all night. So what are we talking about here?
Hang on. Let me correct you. No, what I said was when I think of the strongest players mentally on this team, I don't put Tua in that category. However, I don't necessarily think Tua is soft. I think he's somewhere in between. That's why I said two things can be true about a player. He's somewhere in between.
Tua is lukewarm water. He's not cold water. He's not hot water. He's lukewarm.
Absolutely.
That is fucking terrible, bro, because this franchise has been fucking lukewarm forever, dog.
Check your email. Check your email, They're coming for you.
I hear you.
Hey, well,
Back
can
to
I
my
can I
question.
ask a question? Because
Go ahead, Tony.
just for everybody, can we say on offense or defense? Do we could say that we consider that player to be like an enforcer type person on this team, offense or defense?
I would say
David
Deshaun
Long.
Elliott. Deshaun
David
Elliott.
Long. David Long.
So
David
I
Long
mean,
An
is
enforcer.
good, but I think Deshaun
Now,
Elliott will
quantify.
set. When I hear enforcer,
Okay.
I think of tone setter, and I only witnessed one real tone setter at times in the game, and that was Deshaun Elliott. He would light people up, and you could see it change in the demeanor of the opposing football team.
Elliott.
I mean, I'll give you that, but
Okay.
I don't see that on a consistent basis. Well, I mean,
No, I don't see it from
I was
anybody.
gonna-
But I
I
was
was
going to
gonna
say
say
I
that
seen it
too.
from him
Actually,
at least.
you know what's funny? I could say when he was
Jones.
utilized. Again, I'm going to say when he was utilized, Emmanuel
Don't say
Agba
Brandon
was an
Jones.
enforcer.
I would say Jones.
Don't say
Say that
Brandon
shit.
Jones.
We just got rid of fucking Bogman.
Hey,
Don't do that.
hey, I agree with
Ogba.
Tony. Hey, real quick, I was gonna piggyback off what Tony said about Deshaun Elliott. Yeah, you seen him do that here and there, but David
Yeah,
Long,
it's not
play after play after play, you see him taking on those big 300-pound O linemen, right? Getting to blowing
Not
up plays
pushing
in the
up.
backfield. You seen him do that way more on a consistent level than you did Deshaun Elliott.
okay.
I
So
will.
I
I will
just gave y'all-
immediately say David Long is one of those guys as well. I just
Okay, so I
first
just
name
asked the
came to my
question.
head
You
was
gave me
Deshaun.
one. You gave me one player. I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think we having a problem with this word soft, and I guess you can have a partner with it. But truth be told, we don't got no really enforcers down here. No people that just go out there who we can say got that dog mentality that they just going out there to make a statement. Like I think Jalen
Thank
Phillips is
you,
the
and that's
most
what I've been
physical,
talking about all
the most
night,
physical
Tony.
person that could step on this fucking field. But you never see him just go light somebody up to make a statement, to let you know that I'm coming all day, to try to instill some fear in these people, to set the tone and bring the team with them. Like, bro, that physicality that we need, we lacking that on his teams, on
I
offense
agree.
and defense. People that just dare to make a statement, bro, and say this not all about who the most talented team. You got to be tough as well, because that's what you use to if somebody out talented you, what you tell them to do, make it into a dog fight. Who we got on this team that making it to a
Bring him
dog
into the
fight? Like, yeah,
mud
you
where
might
you
be
at.
better, you might be faster, but I'm gonna make it into a dog fight because I'm gonna wear you the fuck
I'm gonna
down.
break your will, Tony. I'm gonna break
You
your
get what I'm
will,
saying?
dog.
So we don't have that. That's the one. I personally think that's the one missing ingredient that we missing on the team. Like, we got all the talent, we could compete with anybody, but who's gonna overcome that when you play somebody like Patrick Mahomes? Like,
Sounds like a lot of what I was saying earlier.
But Tone, don't you think like that's more reflection on leadership, right? That's a reflection of leadership.
because
Yeah, leadership on the team, EM.
you can
Right.
help somebody.
Team leadership
Hold on,
amongst
wait,
the team
wait.
players.
You could teach somebody that, right? And you could tell them, hey, yo, this,
Can
gotta
you though,
do this.
Tony?
You gotta
Can you
punch that
teach
guy
him?
in the face. You got to do that. You could do that, but you can't do nothing when that dude punches his ass back in the face and he got to react to that shit.
Brian,
You
and
can tell
again,
him all you
Brian
want.
Flores was tough.
You get what I'm
and
saying?
this team
That's
was
when
weak.
it got to be
Yep.
instilled in you.
Brian
And
Flores, iron only sharpens iron if you're gonna try to teach
you know
guys
what I'm
like
saying?
that,
'Cause somebody
Tony.
might be bigger and he might punch you in your shit, and you might be like, this man hit harder than me. But that heart and that fucking dog in the side of you, well, he gonna have to take me out because I ain't giving up. You
That's
get what I'm
it.
saying?
No, I
That's the type
definitely
of
get it.
fucking mentality we need. You can't teach that. You could tell a nigga how to act tough and how to react to make you seem tough, but when you ain't tough until you do something tough to somebody that's really tough.
I
Well,
agree.
and again, you more often than not, you can recognize those guys easily. You know right away
the Bengals,
that's a tough
franchise
guy.
tag.
That is not a guy you want to entangle yourself with. You know what I'm saying?
Them people really like that shit when it come to that physical altercation. They really like
Bro,
that
I talked about it. I shouted you out the other day, Tony. You said it perfectly. He goes, we don't have guys on this team that like to hit people. You know what I'm saying? That like to hit, like, we got guys that are great athletes. We got guys that are, super speed, talent, all that stuff. But where are the guys that are on this football team that, they wanna
Jalen
get
Ramsey
paid?
don't like to fucking hit people.
Just listen a second.
Jalen Ramsey.
Listen a second. There's guys that have made it in this game every year. There's guys in the league right now They want to get paid. They want to make money. But more than anything, they're
Cater
living their
Cole, who don't
dream.
like to hit
They're
people?
living their
Cater Cole.
dream
I'm
because
with you.
they get to go out and hit people all day, every day, and not get in trouble for it. We're gonna pay you to be able to get away with assault all day,
Yeah,
and they're kind of crazy in that. We ain't got no dogs like that.
maybe there's a cherry on top for those type of guys. Like, you gonna pay me to do this shit? I'll do this for free.
That's
Cater,
right.
Cater Kohu
I
don't like to hit people.
I won't take nothing for Cater, but he doesn't make a big of an impact. And
I
have
love
a big
Cater.
of a
Yeah,
role.
he got roasted this year. He regressed this year a little bit,
You know what I'm saying?
but
So I can't
but
give you that.
Later,
Like,
dog
you need
winners.
but
somebody.
Jalen Ramsey is
Let me tell you what I think Jada Ramsey probably is. The same way why I won't want to bring in an Aaron Donald or maybe to some degree Chris Jones. Like, they got that championship. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, all you got is your grit and you gonna fight. Like, people like Roquan Smith gonna bring, you know why? Because he got that dog in him, and he reached that pinnacle. So he gonna go out fighting. Jalen Ramsey at the end of the season, he be like, well, listen, I'm trying to teach y'all how to get to this. I've been there before. So if y'all don't want to do it, I'm gonna kick back and enjoy my ring. You get what I'm saying? He got a point to where he's not gonna give it his all because he never tasted that victory to be the at the mountaintop. You get what I'm saying? So he got a breaking point for me. I seen a little bit toward the tail end of the season. But if you get somebody like Roquan Smith, like, bro, this is what I eat, breathe, and shit. I'm not giving up, even if the whole team give it. I'm not giving up on this fucking field.
You know what's another good example, Tony? You know what's another good example is that there's guys that are dogs or have, like, great seasons, and when they win the Super Bowl, they kind of like quenched that thirst.
Yeah, you quenched
know
that
what I'm
thirst,
saying?
right.
And then there's guys that even long after they've won multiple Super Bowls and their game ain't what it used to be, but they won't get off the goddamn field.
Exactly. You gotta
because
get off the field.
they won't get out there. The guy is way too old to be playing the game, and but he still is, still doing it. He was at the top of his game, making all the money, and now he's 39 years old and still trying to rush the passer. Doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? So
because it's in their DNA, bro. Like,
they can't stop it, bro.
They don't know how to be nothing else. That's all I know, bro. This is what I love.
I know how to kill
on the field, then to give up and say I can't do it no more.
It's pursuit. You got to have those guys, man. You're right, and I agree with that.
No, I gotta respectfully disagree. I listen. I think there's a soft narrative. There's a soft cloud hovering above this team, but it's more on the offensive side of the football. There is nothing.
So too, but
let me ask you this, Tony. Though I'm gonna ask you this straight up.
Well,
like, just
it sounds like you got a name in mind.
Yeah. Well, he already said Tua. Who else is it? Tua and the coach. Who else?
No. I told again. Okay. Well, let's address the personnel, right?
We've got the coach. We're talking about mentality and physicality, coach and Tua.
Let's address the personnel side on the offensive on the side of the football real quick. Is Teron Armstead a soft guy?
I believe he ain't no dog.
Yes, kinda.
Yeah,
yes.
I would say as far as the maul, he's not a mauling tackle. No.
Not anymore.
When I see
Is Robert Hunt a soft guy?
No, not Robert Hunt.
I hate to say it. I won't call him soft, but
I would say he's lukewarm like Tua. I would say he's lukewarm like Tua.
I don't think he go out there and hit people just for the fun of it, just because he like it. I think he's physically gifted.
He's no Richie Incognito, bro.
I think he's not soft. See, what I'm saying, like, you got some people that they ain't soft at all. You don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. But just don't try. I think that's Robert Hunt. But you ain't got no Richie Incognito on here. Like, I'm going out there.
Yeah. Now, if you saying we don't have an incognito, I would 100% agree with you. 110%.
Those are the type of people that we talking about.
I hear you. That's what's
up. It's hard to bully people with your offense if you ain't got no bullies on the offense, bro.
Right.
Who's the bully?
You can't really call too many people soft on that.
You know who's a bully? You want to know who? You want to know who San Francisco has as a sneaky bully on their offense? Kyle Juszczyk, that guy is a bully, bro.
Hell yeah,
he is a bully. But it's again,
Debo Samuel's their
Kittle
bully.
is a bully. Kittle is a bully.
Kittle is a bully, bro.
They got like 5 people on their offense.
I know, but I'm just saying,
McCaffrey is a fucking bully. I mean, bro, they got bullies all over that offense.
Yeah, on the offense. Yeah, they do.
Their coach is a fucking bully.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right. Their coach is a bully.
Yeah, so
See,
I'm saying
we're-
everything about them is like freaking bullies.
and how do we fix this? Do we get Mike McDaniel to come and hang out with the boys?
For San Francisco, Trent.
No, Mike McDaniel, who, and again, listen, and I like Mike McDaniel, right? I think he's got his growing pains to overcome as a coach, but I don't want this to come off as I don't like him. Listen,
I didn't get that sentiment.
At this point, I just think he might wind up being, and again, I hope I'm wrong, until he gets it turned around, this is how I feel. I think he's a coordinator, right, in a head coaching position at the end of the day. And that might be
we need more of a leader type guy that has a hard nose type of thing, that tries to have like a no nonsense type of football thing. Would you say that was like Brian Flores?
I would say that. Well, I think with Flo, and I love Flo, bro. Everybody knows me. I'm a Flores guy, right?
I'm time stamping that too. Yeah. All right, continue.
Yeah, we got a timestamp. There's this
time stamping that one too. Go ahead.
Breaking news right here, guys.
I love Flo, right? I'm a Flo guy, but I'm not a Flo apologist.
Right here.
Hey, I'm a Flo guy, but I'm not a Flo apologist, right? Those are two different things. I think Flores had in terms of his makeup, from a aptitude standpoint, from a again, his ability to coach, to reach and motivate a player, right?
Mm-hmm.
He embodied all of that, right? But I just think he got caught up in, again, and I think you can't knock him in a lot of ways. He sat up under one guy. He saw that guy's approach on how he, his approach with his players. And to Bill Belichick's credit, he built the greatest dynasty in American sports history, right? But Flores, again, he's thinking of from that era. Flores needed to be a more modern guy, right?
There was a little bit of, he was a little behind the times and a little bit more, but here's the deal, right? I hear what you're saying.
Brian Flores was still using Windows 8.
Here's what you're saying, right?
But in terms of the makeup, Camp, real quick, in terms of the makeup, he had it all.
You're not wrong on all these points. And if we were having this unanimous discussion on why Brian Flores lost his job was because he failed as a head coach to put together an offense and a coaching staff and all those reasons why it failed in the football, I could understand that being a way to switch, but that's not why they fired him, and that's not why they said they fired him, and it's not why they've reacted. They said that they got rid of the guy because he was hard to work with and too tough, and they wanted more of a let's hold hands and pat each other on the butt and play patty cake and grab ass bullshit. And it pissed him off as a guy that wanted to have a more tougher culture. So really, this is a systemic issue in the Miami Dolphins. So we could really take this from a top-down approach if you want to be real. It comes from the owner all the way down to everything what they want. So when you're really talking about outside of guys that we've named already, the Andrew Van Ginkels, dudes that are just heart every play. Not that I want to say these guys don't play hard every play. Again, more of the mentality thing we're talking about. Is it those guys that show that mentality? And I said this on an episode a couple weeks back. The alphas can't be controlled by the betas in control of the Miami Dolphins franchise. And so when these guys rise to the top, whether it's a player, whether it's a coach, they eventually threaten the weak guys that are in control, whether it's, again, a player, a coach, whatever, and they manipulate that power to then ostracize these people. We have a real systemic problem with being a soft franchise. And I said this on this episode, I blame the fans. We are co-signing all this bullshit and have been, and until we take discussions like we're having here today and implement that rather than taking lukewarm stuff or wishy-washy stuff. When we see softness, we got to call it out.
And Cap, listen, there's a lot of truth there, bro.
I don't even want you to criticize the team, and that's.
But I think with Brian Flores, where he failed, right? And again, I understand he didn't want. And again, I think this is the root cause of why Brian Flores is not here. He didn't want Tua. I get it. But at the end of the day, they drafted him. and I know this is your team, you're the head coach or whatnot, but they drafted that player. So you as a coach, right? It is your job to be able to reach, motivate, and maximize every player 1 through 53 on the field, whether you like them or not. And where Flores, I think where he fell flat on his face, right? And again, they never said that they got rid of him because he was, too tough. No, they said he wasn't collaborative enough.
The bottom line is, EM, we can beat around the bush all day long,
and that's fine, Cap.
And I'm gonna take advantage of this one little moment, and I'm gonna make myself a little bigger on here, Shake. So I'm gonna put my face all the way up on this for just a second.
Oh, Lord.
The reason why Brian Flores lost his job is because he was trying to prove a point about the mental inadequacies of Tua Tagovailoa that he didn't think he could win with. Pushed him, exposed that, and it was true. EM earlier in the episodes confirms that mentally strong is not the strong suit of Tagovailoa. And that's the reason that he got fired, because they wanted him to not coach in that way. He says, I coach the football team the way I want, and the rest is history.
That's a fair assessment, Cap. I'm not willing. I'm not going to push back on that. But here's the flip side to that is this, right? Flores should have took. I just think you can't sit there. You're an employee, right? Flores, you're an employee of the Miami Dolphins. You're the head coach. But at the end of the day, bro, like, are you going to take that approach with every player? Hang on, Cap, hang on. So are you as a head coach, right? And again, this is a reflection of leadership, right? Are you going to take that approach with every player that you necessarily didn't 100% co-sign on that they draft? Is this the approach? Is this what you're doing? No. At the end of the day, it is your job, right, to, again, reach every single player, put every single player in a position to succeed, to motivate every player 1 through 53. And I just think Flores got caught. And again, it not just him. I don't blame him 100%. It was on the other side with Chris Greer and Steve Ross as well. But I think Flores, he could have still been and taken the approach that he took and still figured out a different way to reach that very same quarterback.
But
right,
he wasn't wrong,
to motivate
though,
him.
He's not wrong, though.
And motivate
because think about what we were just. How we get to this?
Motivated him. Not
just motivate him. I understand what you're saying, right? It would have been beneficial to his career had he done what you did, right? But again, him doing that just placates to the problem we're already experiencing. Because look where we sit. We sit with a mentality issue, and if he's bending to be softer, he's not going to end up with the football team he knows he's going to need in the latter part of the season, that it's going to take with that kind of mentality to win late in the year when it's cold, when the elements, running the ball, hard-nosed defense, an effective passing game. You know what I'm saying? He kind of had the forward thinking on that, but we ostracized him because we wanted this fucking show rather than wanted a team that was going to have the fucking grit to grind out the length of the season and into the playoffs and be surrounded by guys that weren't going to be mentally weak, that give up. And that's what he was trying to get after. I understand his tactics didn't really go well, but it wasn't the tactics that didn't work well. It came down to him and the quarterback, and that was the misnomer in chemistry. And the Dolphins went with the quarterback. The Dolphins went with the quarterback, right? The Dolphins went with the quarterback.
And what? How does it feel, Cap?
Hold on, EM, real quick.
Hang on, real quick. How does it feel, Cap? How does it feel?
How does what feel? How does what feel?
You got this dude, Thomas Jensen, in the chat slobbing you up right now. How does it feel, bro? You feel good right now? Yeah, you the whole Thomas. I see you, but go ahead. Go ahead, Shake.
Go, Shake.
No, I just want to say that, look, one thing is when I'm learning.
He's chopping Cap off right now. Go ahead.
One thing I learned as being a salesman is you got to learn to tailor your message. So, in other words, you can't approach everybody in the same method that you approach one person. There's a saying that a good teacher teaches how he learns, but a great teacher teaches how you learn. So it's all about tailoring your approach to each individual that you have on your roster.
110%.
You can't.
All I'm saying.
you can't approach
What
each
up, Doc?
player the same way.
Sure, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, that's
but
just
like
being a coach of
good, Doc.
53 individuals
like,
versus a team.
But again, and I agree. Like, hey, if Flores had a little bit more of that relatability to the players, fine. But I feel like he related to enough players. I think it came down to he felt like his quarterback was mentally weak, and he doesn't see a clear way to win with a mentally weak quarterback. That's what it is. That's why he did that. That's it. And the Dolphins chose the quarterback over the coach. And I don't know if we were right or wrong. Now that story is yet to be written. But I will say at the end of the second year without Flores, now not that we had it on offense either, and we still don't have it on offense. We do still have it on defense, this mentality that we like versus to the one we're longing for. It still comes down to we're not having that mentality when we need it most on the offensive side of the ball. Again, late in the season, late in games, against good opponents, on the road, in the playoffs. That's where the grit is tested, bro. And you're already telling me, EM, that you don't believe Mike McDaniel is a coach that is capable of that. And I would say maybe you're right, at least from getting it from the offense. But
at least
right now,
at least
right now, he could change, right? But I know a coach like Brian Flores was gonna keep tearing down young quarterbacks like Tua that he did until he found a quarterback that he couldn't tear down, and that was going to be his guy. And that would be a guy that would have the grit later in the season. You see what I'm saying? Like, was his method wrong in the long term? I don't know.
Well, like you said, that story is still written. That story is still being written, right?
Still out.
You know, so, but at the end of the day, I just look at, and again, I know a lot of people, they don't put much put much stock in what, to his numbers the last 2 years. That could have been Brian Flores, bro. He just, again, you don't have, like, to Shade's point, that was 100% true. Every coach, every position of leadership, it is your responsibility. Everybody learns different. Everybody responds to different things differently. And it's your responsibility. It is your job. It is your duty, obligation to your fucking, everybody that's underneath you, right? For you to tap into each and every one of those fucking players and figure out, how can I reach that guy? And Flores failed completely flat on his face in that regard. In my opinion, because he could have been sitting here with the same team, getting the same level of production. Think about what Flores would be, the talk of the town, how he would be viewed as in NFL circles, right? To people that it actually matters to. I'm not talking about the fan base. I'm talking about internally. How much respect, right? He would get if he would have been in Mike McDaniel's shoes now, getting this level of production from this player. And again, a player that everyone had written off for the most part. He would be viewed in such high regard now, but he didn't. I think Flores, and again, I'm a Flores guy, but I'm not a Flores apologist, right? That man completely, he let his feelings get the best of him, his ego get the best of him, and they could not find a common ground with, philosophically, internally with the organization, what direction they can go in, and especially about this fucking player. And they got him up out of here. So that in terms of who was right and who was wrong, to your point, credit to you. That's the only decent take I've ever heard you say in how many years you've been doing this goddamn platform, right?
Way to put it back around.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you liked my joke so much from earlier you had to recycle it to use it.
That story is still being written, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna go over here. I don't know if CB82.5 is still live. I don't know if he's still live right now, but the man, if he is, I know he needs some help.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds like they need some help with their numbers.
That man needs some help right now. And Shake, if you shutting it down, bro, why don't all y'all go over there and pull up? And because he need all the help he can get right now.
How do we find 82.5 though, bro?
I need some. I need about.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Right. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
People in the comments.
I need about 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what we'll do right now. We'll close it down. We'll roll up, but I want everybody watching live in chat, along with everybody that's going to be able to make it either on the panel or in chat that's on the panel, to put TFTG in his chat as everyone rolls in. That'll drive him fucking nuts. That'll drive him nuts. I want to
That
see
definitely will.
TFTG. You can put TFTG crew in the house. Just make sure to sound off in his chat. Let's
Yeah, it
just
will.
straight spam
G-
the hell out of his
G is
chat
a hoe
We
for
gonna
that.
with
spam 'em.
TFTG in his chat. So,
G
Shake,
is a hoe for that. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, let's
you
pull
know
up.
what I'm saying? Let's just pull
That
up
man
on
need help.
him.
He's
You know,
struggling
do a
right now.
drive by real quick with a bunch of TFTGs on that punk ass fool.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, I'll see y'all over there.
All right. Well, we'll see
All
you
right.
over there.
You got the link? You want me to send you the link, Cap?
Yeah, go ahead and send
Tony,
it, I guess.
you got the
Yeah,
link?
I need that
Crypto
link.
shake. All right.
Yes, the link.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
All
yeah.
All right, yeah, you want me to? I'll shut it down then. Let me go ahead and do the closeout real quick.
Yep, close it out, and I'll see you backstage, Shake.
All right, yeah. And listen, man, I appreciate everybody who showed up. Lewis,
On
EM,
a Friday night.
the
Damn,
whole
Friday night in
family, man. I
February.
appreciate everybody.
Where's that
Hal,
family man,
Andres Negron, G the Dolphin fan, G, Casa Nostra, Joe Rist, Josh Allen is the next Carson Wentz. I said it. Jamie Reichardt, man, I appreciate everybody for giving me some of your time on this Friday. I will be back, of course, Wednesday. We're going to be doing Insomnia tomorrow. Hopefully we'll do it live. And yeah, that's it. Fins up. And we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.